All right. Hello. Yes. Things are happening in the Discord. I'm
Oh.
not totally sure what, but don't worry about it. But yeah, all good things is today in Preemptive Strike. They're pretty good. We're at the end. We're finally at the end of TNG, minus the movies, which are harder to acquire. So get on that. They're not on Amazon. Well, they are, but you have to pay for them.
Oh, no, I don't want one then.
Okay. So, how long have we been doing this? Let me look at the Season 1, Episode 1. August 1st, 2020. 1 year and 1 month ago is when we started.
Yep.
It's actually very fitting because it's Jewish New Year on Monday. So I suggest a tradition we just start watching TNG on loops every year. That's much better than any alternative.
Oh, we're watching every single series.
Which series comes after this one? That's the big question.
Well, there are two choices. We're definitely watching Voyager, and then we need to choose between either TOS or Enterprise. We're going to watch those back to back. It's just the question of which comes first. And I'm going to put that up to a poll.
Enterprise first.
I'm going to do a poll.
I've never
Makes sense to do all the ones from the same era first.
I've seen all of the series except TOS because I just can't. I can't go back and watch it. It's all so sweaty and cringy.
TOS hasn't aged that great, in my opinion.
It's better than Enterprise.
It's more like how it looks. It's like, you know, when you look at really bad CG.
Did you hear someone talk trash about Enterprise?
Enterprise is great.
When you look at really bad CG, like 40 years into the future, it looks extra bad. That's why I can't watch TOS.
I tried to watch Enterprise last year, and like, wow, it was way worse.
I'll have you know that Enterprise is amazing, which is why I keep getting stuck in the middle of the 4th season and getting bored of episodes like the Orion Slave Girls episode and Mirror Universe episode.
What are you talking about? The Orion Slave Girls episode is great.
ND Syndicate.
It's real bad.
No, it's a terrible episode.
It's great.
Look,
you get to see
for
Orion
Enterprise,
Slave
you just
Girls.
have to ignore the overt over-sexualization of every character on the show and just watch the stories. And it's great.
I'm actually disappointed there is not enough sexualization of the characters that matter. Like Trip and Trip. He's the best character, fight me.
I'm fairly
he's not the
sure
best
that
character. He well,
the
no
Orion
spoilers.
Slave Girl
I have no idea what
episode
either
is
of you
that
said.
Paul.
There's a
Moon,
crazy
would you care to repeat
crossover
that?
My favorite character
Speaking
is
of
the
Argo,
space
shut up.
station that
Station of
reconfigures
Trip.
itself.
Okay, I heard that. That's a good character.
Let Moon
I'm pretty sure the
Space.
I'm pretty sure the subtext of the Orion Slave Girl episode is that T'Pol's mental link with Trip has made it so he's not attracted to women anymore. So he's like literally only attracted to T'Pol. And she did this to him.
Is she half Deltan?
I don't know.
I don't think
They had like some mental bond that made it so the pheromones didn't work on him, but they worked on everyone else on the crew.
The over-sexualization.
Who said that the
of Paul
space station
basically
is the
made
best
Jolie
character?
Quit acting.
Me.
Did she quit acting?
The space
Is
station
Jolie
is
not doing
fine,
anything
but it has
anymore?
one problem.
I was
It can
horrified
be
when
anything you want it to be, though.
Was a fan of the show.
1 minute to start, by the way.
horrified.
Everyone be queued up to the start of Preemptive Strike is the first episode. Preemptive Strike.
An episode specifically. And as I was talking about, I think potentially last week, an episode specifically designed to get rowers on Voyager, but it again didn't happen.
Wait, they wanted her on Voyager too?
Yes, they
Wander
basically
everywhere.
just wanted to do more. They wanted to do more with her character, but she didn't.
Yeah, so it makes sense to me. Like,
No, they definitely should have sent her to the Delta Quadrant.
Well, they
I
wanted
mean, she
to,
joined the
but she
Maquis and
didn't
everything,
want to.
so
Mm-hmm.
would have been, yeah, very smooth.
You're
All right, 20
overrated.
seconds. Last thing before we start, I was reading some YouTube comments today, and I just want to say I love it when people think my insane theory videos are serious, and they think I actually believe Wolf 359 was an inside job, and Riker's in 2 holodecks, he made a holodeck and a holodeck. Anyway, press play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. I don't know why
Well, the
people
holodeck thing
think.
does
What do you
make
mean you're
perfect
not
sense
serious?
when you
There's
take
very
into account
clearly
where
two
it's at.
Rikers.
Jesus Christ. One
The
person at a
holodeck one
time.
does actually make sense if you consider that there are decks that he says specifically to Deanna. I was watching a holodeck program of the original Enterprise, or NSO1.
You know, those old guys. It was a long road getting
Those
from there to
old
here.
Ro, I haven't seen you since our funeral.
Yeah.
She's Lieutenant Row. Incredible.
What is all this vegetation on the counters? It's just droopy.
I don't
Craft
know.
service has got to have some fun in 10 forward.
But it doesn't even look that.
And-
It just looks weird.
This episode is irrelevant in the context of watching the finale right after it. It's fine.
It's not irrelevant. It's a good episode.
Bill, are you eating chips?
Nope.
Put your noise filter on.
I thought it was.
If anyone wants
No,
to
that
eat
was-
chips on stream, that's fine, but please put yourself on push to talk.
Characters are eating food. I'm eating food.
Also, you have to bring enough for everybody.
Yes.
True.
Bring enough for the class. So Ro made it to full lieutenant. Good for her. The first episode she's in is literally called Ensign Ro, and now she's
Huh.
not an
She
ensign.
made lieutenant in what, 6 years then?
She seems to have.
You finally let her wear the earring.
That was her. She was like, I'm wearing it, or else.
It was funny is Picard made her take it off when Worf was right there, wearing his ridiculous hat.
Was it not Riker
Yeah.
that did that?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was
Riker.
Riker that had to go
Riker's
on
not as
for
much
it.
of a jerk.
No, that was definitely Riker. He was
Was
he
it
was all,
Riker?
"You must obey uniform code while on the ship, ensign." Everyone was a jerk.
What a
Sexual
jerk.
tension ensues. Remember that
And then
episode
things got
where
weird when
they
they
all
lost
got
their
like,
memory. Yeah.
yeah, that
How
episode.
much gel is there in Riker's hair in this scene?
All of
A
it.
perfect amount. It's pumped perfectly.
Ensign
What's
Gates,
the-
that's her name.
What's the gel factor?
GL Factor
Oh,
7.
It's shiny.
It
That's
looks
just an
okay to me.
example of like a perfect human being.
Why is the camera
what?
shuddering a little?
Is it?
Cameraman got scared.
Wow, how dramatic.
See, the cameraman was nervous because it was the penultimate episode. Except at the time it wasn't actually planned to be.
Wasn't it filmed after
Was it at this
All Good
point?
Things?
Because they do
No
obviously
idea.
All Good Things was a rushed plan that was a rushed ending in and of itself.
Should have done 8 seasons.
Are they fixing the stars?
I
No,
mean,
absolutely
Yeah.
not.
No, it's too
hurts me.
expensive. Don't.
How did
No,
that
it's a
pass
joke about
quality
last week
control?
when we were talking about the journeys and
This is going to be a disaster of everyone talking over each other. Nobody's going to be able to understand anything.
It's already started.
I like Star Trek.
Star Trek, what's your
Yeah,
favorite
Eyes
Star
wide
Trek?
open.
I like the
Shaka
one
when
with
the
the
walls
guy and the computer.
The guy in the computer? That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if anyone else wants to come in and start talking over people, there's 2 more slots left in the voice chat. There's a link to Discord in the description. And just click that and you're in with
Yeah.
no security whatsoever.
Just come in and
Okay.
start shouting. Just like talk over me. Like, come on in and just do it right now.
Yeah.
No security, whatever, except that Ryan has absolute power once you get in.
yes.
It's
Yeah,
okay, we're about to stage a coup in the middle of All Good Things. Oh shit, did I say it out loud?
Oh, it's okay. There's only one word you can't say in this server, and I'm not saying it because
Good.
you know.
It's Patak.
Are you
No, that's fine.
swearing
Unless
on
it's
my Star
subtitled.
Trek watch along stream?
There's no closed captions for it, so it's okay.
Ah, of course. We all know that swearing only counts if it's in a language you personally understand.
Exactly.
Patak is fine.
Look, it's half a Jaeger class.
You're somehow still going to get demonetized because Patak was said.
Ugh. Only if Varul would demonetize me for that.
Did they give Worf extra ridges in this episode?
Extra what?
Ridges?
Extra forehead ridges.
Oh, okay.
It feels like his hairline is even more receding than usual. Maybe I just haven't
Yeah.
seen Worf
That
in a
looks
while.
normal to me.
Maybe he's just developing more ridges as he ages. Like, you see really old Klingons and they look like knotted trees. They're just so old and nobbled.
Speaking of that, somebody in the YouTube chat said that Lieutenant Rose's
Yes.
nose was related to the DS9 style.
I was trying to wait until she was on screen again, but where is she? Why isn't she showing up? Isn't she at the helm?
Also, I was about to ask what's different about her. I couldn't put my finger on it. That was gonna keep me up all night.
It's the extra pip. That's what's different.
Ah, of course. Is that a pip or is that just sweet corn?
Yeah, it always gets stuck on the collar. All the
Always.
time.
Is that Golovec? That looks like Golovec. Oh, and that's the lady from the chase.
She looks like she has a Zorro mustache. It's just
Kinda.
a shadow,
She's
but it
a-
looks like it.
That's
looks
just
like
a
she
lip
got,
fold.
like, a blue pen and
It's
coloured
Golovec.
in her spoon.
Yeah, man. All female Cardassians have blue spoons. And look, that medical officer in the background behind Picard and Vec, that guy is, like, on every department on the ship.
He's always a background character.
He's always there. He wears all
He's a
kinds of different
gentleman.
uniforms.
His character's name is Jack Alltrades.
I need to make a theory about that guy.
Maybe he's just like one of a set of triplets. Each one of
Maybe.
them in a different uniform.
That's why the events of All Good Things had to take place so that Jack Alltrades could be in every department, right? That's how it works. So this is Gul Evek, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was also in
He is-
Journey's End, and he's been DS9 a lot.
Yeah. He's an
also in the
enemy of
Voyager
Gul
premiere.
Dukat.
A Jurian freighter? Oh no. Not the Jurians. They're my favorite race.
Are they ever depicted on screen?
No.
No.
They have the
gonna be
word
on a
jury in
jury,
it. You guys want to talk
right?
about jury
Oh, it's
duty?
another.
Yeah.
Picard
You can go on your
literally made
jury
it
and
up.
freighter to the jury.
P class. Sure, what they
What class is that ship?
Oh,
I
that
forgot what it's
That was
called.
Excelsior.
that teapot
Exactly,
was
that's-
the
yes.
that
It's a
teapot
teapot.
was the shape so that the teacups could fit inside it.
Oh,
Yes.
there's the what's it called? The thing with the little people inside, the alien nesting doll.
The current
the
nest
thing
house,
that-
I think.
Picard should just smash it now. Everyone thinks he smashed it anyway, so.
Yeah. For the record,
Just do it.
if anyone saw that edit, he did not in fact smash it. The sound was put in after. As a joke, he just sets it down gently. It's fine.
Yes. Yeah, okay. It's not smashed. He smashed it.
He didn't smash
Hey
it.
Ryan, when are we getting a new long road edit?
When people stop expecting it, that's when.
Mm. Okay, yeah, fair enough.
I like that Captain Picard still has his Target brand cups by his Shakespeare collection.
Mhm.
I thought those were going to be
Where's it?
removed in season 1. I didn't know they made it all the way through the series.
Keep an eye out, guys.
So what
There
did
might be
he-
desk crystals in this episode.
I see
You wonder-
Livingston.
You wonder how many people's possessions in their individual quarters are just they've got 3 episodes left to exist before the ship gets blown up. Spoilers.
I wonder how many of those possessions are just like things Starfleet's collected, because you
Yeah,
know
there's a thing
Starfleet
that
are
just
the
lose
best
everything
collectors.
on the ship.
Starfleet subscribes to the British School of Artifact Collection.
Yes.
It's mine.
Oh,
So
now
what
she's
is the-
finally on screen. Let's look at her ridges. Ridges, come on. There she is. Oh yeah, it is updated. Look at that.
It must be like in style on Bajora if you get your ridges updated like that.
She had plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Well,
Is
that's not really a
training
thing in Star Trek. It's just instant. You wave
Or
a
maybe-
wand over it,
Yeah.
and your face has changed.
Well, like
Or
a
maybe
plant. Wait, is that the plant?
That's a plant.
that looks like
The
a
one-
bonsai tree.
It's like the one. Yeah, that's. I was trying to pick out his name. I'm pretty sure that
Bonsai.
bonsai tree is there or featured with O'Brien in front of it at one point.
Well, it's a
It's an
bonsai
O'Brien
tree,
classic.
so it has to be associated with Keiko.
And again, I do love how pointless this becomes again soon in Deep Space Nine because it ends up in all-out war again.
So what is the demilitarized zone?
It's a
It's
buffer
only
area
where-
between the Federation and Cardassia where you're not allowed to send military ships through.
It's like the
Okay.
neutral zone, only it has a different name, so you know it's the Cardassian one.
Yes.
Ah,
Mhm.
It's like the neutral zone, except there are colonies in it.
And we all know that that is never going to cause any problems whatsoever. So that's why they did it.
About that, Ro. Validating Picard's faith in you. Hmm.
Mm.
Hmm.
Mhm.
I have faith in Ensign.
Those
Oh, there's a
cups
Klingon there.
always make me angry. I
Which
hate those
cups?
cups. The ones that look like a slinky. They show up in multiple episodes, and I hate them every time.
you mean collapsible cups?
I don't think they're collapsible. I think they're just wavy.
What cups? Oh,
Guy
those
looks like
What is
he's
that
snooping.
guy?
I mean, snoring. Oh!
Who's Rich Man?
Whoa.
Oh, that's a welcome wake up.
Hey, lady, I'm spoken for. Hey.
Now, that's sexual assault. You can't do that.
Dating advice number 342, yes.
Yes.
But if it's depicted in popular shows, doesn't that mean that it's okay to do it?
No.
What?
There's I think it's a college humor sketch where it's just about how all pranks from the 90s are just sexual assaults. In TV
yeah.
shows and movies, it's all sexual assault all the way down.
Revenge of the Nerds, they mentioned that one a lot.
Which mentioned what?
Revenge of the Nerds, it's a 1980s comedy about
Only
nerds
pranks I
having
remember.
revenge on
I know what
jokes.
it is,
And
but
all
what's
their
the reference
pranks
to?
are
Comedy
sexual
is the
harassment.
scariest words.
Let's cut that out of the conversation right now. Then
The only pranks like that I remember are when like people get slime dropped on them and everyone's like, haha, you're covered in slime. And that's the punchline.
Comedy. Do you have something against slime?
It gets everywhere.
But it's not
It's
coarse
worse
or
than
rough.
salmon.
Well, it might be irritating, but it's not coarse and rough.
It depends on the kind of slime.
You did not just say that, Ryan. Can we ban Ryan?
I happen to like the
can try.
prequels. That's is that racism or nationalism? I'm not sure what he's
What?
going for here.
Mixture of both, I suppose.
Porque no los dos.
whoa!
Okay, no los dos. Okay, that
I guess it
that's
depends on
regular
whether you're
assault.
occupied or
You
not.
can't do that either. Assault with a deadly weapon.
Well, in this case, just
It's
knock
on
them out.
stun,
But yeah.
it's fine. It's just like
Well, we're
tasing
not-
someone.
We're not certain whether it's a deadly weapon.
Okay, just because it doesn't kill her here doesn't mean it's not a deadly weapon. It's a gun.
It's Hasperat, man.
Here's gun on row.
If you only knock someone unconscious with a baseball bat, it still counts as a deadly weapon.
What if
But
you
what if
use
you're
a
playing-
t-shirt cannon?
So
If you're playing baseball with it, is it still a deadly weapon?
Depends if you're menacing someone with it.
So when does it become a deadly weapon?
we need a fourth player for bridge, and you're it.
The phaser stun setting is lethal. So I'd
Her
say
shirt looks
hopefully
kind of weird when she's sitting like that.
Yeah.
just being Riker.
Ugh, look at her manspreading like that. What are you doing, Kalita?
I step over all the chairs in the wrong way.
Oh, somebody's joined.
Why do I know her name is Kalita?
Hi.
Maybe from a different series?
Are these all 3 humans here that have abducted her?
Yeah.
Looks like
Well,
it.
no, the
The
guy in the back is
actress's name-
Bajoran. Is
The
he?
actress's name
No,
is Shannon
he's human.
Cochran, and she has also played a Maquis
In
who
DS9,
helped
right?
Thomas Riker take the Defiant, and she also plays Martok's wife, Cyrilla.
Okay. Yeah, these 3 people are all human.
You become Bajoran when you can make a good Hasperat that's like better than the average Bajoran one.
It's a rite of passage.
Also, what is
Hasperat
Hasperat?
just gets better and better.
I watched that Hasperat video and I still don't know what Hasperat is.
Like, if you have to make an above average Hasperat, that means that the average quality of Hasperat increases over time.
True.
Well, hopefully
But that's
the
good.
case for any technology, including food crafting.
We have an opinion to judge. Now, Mr.
Also,
Crook
somebody
or
in
Miss Crook in the chat has said that they're starting to watch Star Trek, and they've watched TNG and going for TOS, and how it's moralistic problems are solved by words and intelligence. Do we feel that that's a good description of TOS?
No.
No.
Or they might be
I
talking
think
about
there are
TNG.
more physical
It's
fights
unclear.
in TOS than any other series. There's a very big Batman 66.
I feel like
feeling.
half of the episodes are solved by
Very-
punching, and the other half are solved by literally no punching.
It's very frontier spirited, isn't it?
It's either all violence or all talking.
Yeah.
And talking very strange cadence as
This
well.
is a very interesting
Abnormal
set
cadence to
redecoration.
talking.
I like this set here. The lighting. and
Just
space.
kept talking.
I think it's the same set as the camp that the Klingon camp with Cardassians.
Oh yeah,
Cardassians,
we've been to
Romulans.
this compound a lot.
Yeah,
Also about
they've
the
just done
slime.
an interesting set redecoration of it.
They spent a lot of money on this set. They're going to get their money's worth.
Also about the slime. Somebody in the YouTube chat called it out. You can't do that on television.
Oh, yeah, of course.
About the slime?
Oh, is
They
this?
can't do the slime on television anymore.
Ah.
I feel like this is the same set as
Oh,
well from
right,
the,
okay, the show.
Voyager Ferengi episode. Is that true?
What's that? The same set? Might be.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's
I
not.
mean, this is almost certainly the same set that they used in Journey's End.
They use this set
it
a ton
absolutely
in
is.
Voyager for like every species they go onto the planet for.
This might actually be the same colony as in Journey's End,
It's possible, yeah.
except everyone there was Native American, and these people are mostly not.
Do you think they left and these guys were like, hey, they just slid on in right after? I actually don't
Oh,
remember
look,
how
free
that
colony.
episode ends. Did
They
they
make
leave
peace.
the planet? Or?
The Cardassians left. I mean, they're still going to colonize the planet, but they agreed to let them stay there.
Yeah, well, if you ask O'Brien whether he thinks that's going to continue, I think he would say no.
And then the character on screen just said that the Cardassians dragged him out of the middle of the night and beat him. And then when they told the authorities just clucked their tongue and agreed it was an unfortunate incident.
That looks like a burrito.
Yeah, it's Hasperat.
I thought the Maquis were all about fresh food. What is this replicated Hasperat?
It's hard to
Is
get fresh
Maquis-
food here.
Maquis sounds like a French word or name. Is it from French?
It is.
Yes,
Yeah.
it
Does it
is.
mean
It is the
anything in
name
real
of the
life?
resistance that
It's a rank.
actually rose up during one of the revolutions in France.
Huh?
No, it was during World War II, the people who fought the Nazis. And there was Vichy France, which was Nazi-occupied France. And then the people who resisted that were called the Maquis.
Long before that, even, it was a sort of noble rank, was it not? To be a Maquis of somewhere, like the same way a duke
Marquis.
is.
That's a Marquis.
Ah, right.
Marquis.
Oh, there's an R, there's like a little sneaky R in there.
Yeah.
And an E.
Yeah.
Now, you might be
Okay.
confused if you heard a British person say it, like if Soma was talking to you about it.
Yeah.
They don't really do R's there.
Well, for years and years, I thought that Daleks were Daleks.
That's a
That's hourly.
pretty good guess.
That's just David Tennant trying to be English.
No, this
Yeah.
was classic Doctor Who. This was long before 2005.
Yeah, but I
Makes
just
sense.
wanted to make a joke about him being sneakily Scottish.
Oh,
It's funny that Peter Tripaldi actually acts Scottish, being an Englishman.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Oh, well.
That's funny.
David Tennant was born within like a 20-mile radius of me, so I'm gonna somehow claim that in a way that makes me feel better about myself.
that lady's hair is so weird. This
It's very
lady's hair is so
floofy.
weird. It's like a baseball glove or something that's enveloping her head.
I'm
How
sorry,
does
but
someone
is that
have that much
burrito?
hair?
Yeah,
That's
it's
got-
a Hasperat.
That's like 10 solid pounds of hair.
They just refer to it as a Hasperat.
This
It
is the
looks so
thing they
tasty
do on
though.
TNG where they make women's hair extremely elaborate in order to look futuristic or different.
I mean, Rose is
Yeah,
okay.
it's like it's future retro. Do you want a modern example of future retro? Look at Cyberpunk.
Oh,
The Enterprise is a
Very nice
fortress.
Oh, thumbnail shot.
Terrible fortress.
Sure, for sure. It's only
The
been
Enterprise
taken
has security
over
systems
dozens of
since when?
times.
this is madness. He just quoted C-3PO.
Oh, did he?
Now, I kind of hate this guy, the old man. He is taking dangerous risks, completely unnecessary risks,
Yes.
with his
He's
secret
like, I'm
cell of
old, I
terrorists.
don't care anymore. Hee hee hee.
You're
He's
in a
just
war,
going
man.
for
You
it.
gotta be more careful than this.
So I completely ignored the conversation in this scene. What's happening in the plot?
Rose gonna prove
They're going to
herself by
attack the
stealing medical
Enterprise.
supplies from the Enterprise.
Why do they want them?
Because
they
they're
need
in a
them.
war.
Oh, not for any particular operation. They just want them.
They're about to do an operation, but they need medical supplies so that they can do the operation in safety.
Yeah, something like that. You know. Oh, I didn't realize that when you
Now,
turn
the
the closed
question
caption.
is, had the Maquis just asked the Federation for medical supplies, would the Federation have provided?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Because even though the rules of the Federation dictate that they should, the Federation sees them as like an offshoot, sort of like renegade.
Well, they
They
don't have
wouldn't
to
support
say they're the Maquis. I think it,
Also,
actually, I think they
medical
talk about
supplies.
this in DS9. Isn't it that they can request, but Starfleet will be suspicious that of why they need so many?
I just need one painkillers, please. Just one. Except a million people ask that all at the same time.
Imagine the Enterprise E on an urgent mission to deliver one Tylenol.
They
So
break
this
the
whole
warp
mission-
5 speed limit so they can deliver Nurofen.
To me, this whole mission is so absolutely brazen that they just sort of sneak up on the flagship. It should be like a complete red flag for the Maquis. They're like, that was too easy, and we just
Yeah.
literally infiltrated one of the most advanced ships in Starfleet.
You
Well,
escaped from
I
the
think-
Death Star, and they only sent 4 ships.
They had an insider, so you'd be surprised how easy it is if you have someone.
Well,
who
so
has
they
inside
don't know that
knowledge.
they have an insider, though. Ro just sort of does it with technology.
Mhm.
Yeah, she goes beep boop 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 beep boop 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 boop, and then it's done.
They're the closest ship to the Topin system. Interesting. So that 20-second countdown on the sensors is. Are we sure we want that? Why would it not send an alert immediately?
Are Data's eyes different color here? They look kind of
wasn't looking.
grey. I was looking into his eyes. I can't help it. Sorry.
It is insane. Yes, Kalita. Thank you. You're not really blind. You have a window.
Yeah, there's like all. I mean, it's literally all windows at the front. Just look out.
What you typing about?
Somebody in Discord asks what was the keyword for "you can't do that on television" for getting slimed. The keyword was I don't know.
Yep.
And the keyword for getting water was water.
Did they not change it like eventually so that people couldn't avoid it? And it's just like, oh, you said the keyword, haha, slime.
I don't remember them ever changing it. Although I don't know if I saw every episode.
Oh, we're doing some tech solutions.
Oh, you said tech. Tech is today's keyword. Stand under the slime machine.
I thought you said tax solutions.
You might be thinking of Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Well, who do you guys
where they
use
did
for your
have a
tax
different
solutions?
word every episode.
The keyword on Pee-wee's Playhouse was wish.
Didn't it
I think we have to
wasn't it
differentiate
different
it. Yeah.
Oh,
I
Tracy.
think we have to like.
Hang on, there's Tracy's
Okay.
shoulder in the background.
Pay attention
Ryan,
to
I
the
have
shoulder.
a suggestion. Ryan, I
Yes.
have a suggestion. A compilation of all the times in Star Trek somebody says the most important phrase in science. I do not know, sir.
I do not know.
That's slime
Well,
then.
I can tell you exactly how often that's said right now. Let me just.
Does anyone
do a quick
actually say
search.
slime ever in Star Trek?
I'm sure
do you
people
just have all the scripts in Star Trek saved in one text file?
No, they're in a text file per episode, but I can search all the text files at once. I only have the old shows. I don't have anything after Enterprise.
Well, we have to work on
Yeah.
that.
As everyone knows, everything after Enterprise isn't canon anyway, so it's fine.
Shut up, Argos.
I enjoy
I like
Lower
how-
Decks.
I like how Worf called it a piggyback encrypted communication.
A
Like
piggyback.
So it's
They're
like
gonna
that's the
transfer a pig.
techno babble that we're
It's
doing
like he
in the
doesn't
last
understand what a piggy is.
Oh,
second.
look at those so neatly stacked medical supplies.
I guess
first-
Tupperware are doing
okay.
really, really well in the future.
I've established that I'm absolutely not going to make a compilation of I don't know because there's 1,814 instances.
Yeah.
You could do it like they're all like it's all one, but they're all like mashed on top of each other. So it's like if your data, you
At
can
the
hear
same
them all,
time.
but if not, like you can't.
Let me
can
get
make
a
it a
choice selection. The
multi-part
first one is
series.
I don't know. I don't know much about Bajoran terrorists. I don't know what pleases me more. Because you're a stupid
find the ones that
because you're
are
a stupid
just,
human,
I
I don't
don't
know why
know.
bother with you.
Make it
You know who-
just I don't know.
Here's something I don't understand fully. You know when you guys are saying it's a matte painting,
Yeah.
what do you really mean? Is it just the camera just zooming in on a literal painting that someone
Yes,
did?
yeah. A literal painting.
Matte painting is a special effect technique that has fallen out of favor because of computer generated effects, but literally it's a painting with matte paints, like non-reflective paints, and that's how they did big landscapes, and a lot of hallways are just paintings because they don't
All
have
the
to, so they don't have to
planetary
build a set.
capitals like Cardassia Prime and Romulus, those are paintings.
Kronos.
And the
Yeah.
way that it would often be done in special effects is that they would paint that onto a big piece of glass window and then
Yeah.
point the camera through that window.
And
to
a lot of
superimpose
the
painting on
big matte
what was
paintings of
actually
the
being
planets
shot.
were on auction recently.
Oh, cool.
Could have bought them.
If only I had known.
A lot of the matte paintings are just it's a lost art because nobody does it anymore, but they're
'Cause it's not
incredibly
necessary.
beautiful. It's not necessary, but they're still really
It's fine.
they're beautiful.
There'll
They're
be,
just
there'll be somewhere in the world that does it still. Like for example, if you want like a specific kind of statue, you go to North Korea. That's one of their main exports. You just
The
like I want
Mandalorian
statue.
screen is the next evolution of the matte painting, and it's great.
yeah. The Mandalorian screen is pretty cool. That's as close to a real holodeck as we're gonna get for a long time.
TNG really elevated the beauty of matte paintings, though. It was just stunning to look at every one of the planetary homeworlds.
Are
I
the
just like to
stars
look at
outside
the
of the
obvious
cinema
transitions between
painting?
real set and painting.
The worst matte painting was the one in the hallway in the place where Wesley took his academy test.
Yeah.
There's like a
Yes.
hallway that's really bad.
The angle
But,
isn't
you know,
even
the-
right on it.
The best one is the Borg cube that they did for Best of Both Worlds, because when they zoom out, it's so huge. So they
It's huge,
merged the live
right.
shot with the matte painting of the inside of Hive Mind.
Anyway, 2/3 of the episode is over, and we've talked about it for a total of like 2 minutes.
The old guy.
It's
I feel
fine.
like
This
the
episode's
old guy-
irrelevant in the context of the next one. Remember?
It's still
This
good on
episode's
its
important for
own.
DS9 because it kind of spins off. This plot is picked up for DS9, and unfortunately, she didn't pick up her character.
The old
So,
guy.
Hang on, Mr. Felon,
knows
would you say that in this episode, Ro is a fraud?
Did
He's a double agent, not a fraud.
she's a double agent, and then it's undecided right now which way she's going to go.
Oh, here.
Yeah.
This is a weird thing to me. Ferengi transport. Biomimetic gels. Neither of these is dangerous, she says.
Oh yeah.
They're all perfectly legal.
Or illegal.
Maybe by I don't know.
Julian,
Complete violation of Star Trek canon. It's like the writers of this episode haven't even watched a single episode of Star Trek. Completely.
Well, it's like the
trash.
first time ever that Star Trek canon has been violated. Oh my god.
Unacceptable.
Canon violations in my Star Trek?
I was going to
It's
say
more
in
likely than you think.
TOS, the Klingon homeworld is called Kling, so that's thrown
What?
out.
Is it?
The first episode, yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, not the first episode of TNG. It's the one with the two Klingon revolutionaries who steal the
Heart
freighter.
of Glory?
Yeah,
Look
Heart
at
of
that
Honor?
jittering there in the
Glory of
camera.
Honor?
it's
Glory
the
and
first
Death?
episode with Vaughn.
And then Kronos is clearly a Greek name, but then they Klingonize it with the apostrophe and the Q
And no R. Where's the R?
and no R.
Oh, nos.
The old guy knows Ro Laren better than she knows herself because from the very beginning he knew that she was going
He
to
got
join
a
them.
lucky guess. He could have very easily just killed their entire cell.
Yeah, but he's old. What does he care? He's just going for it. He's taking risks.
He shouldn't take
I
risks.
mean-
There are like 100 people here that he's playing with their lives.
So he's old. He
he's-
doesn't care.
He's middle aged for the Star Trek universe because he lived to
Oh, I suppose.
120.
Yeah, he's got got another 100 years left in him now, doesn't he?
60 years or so, yeah.
So this guy's whole thing is don't care, got mine. Whatever happens to everyone else doesn't matter.
That's the
Maybe.
boomer mindset.
Who's the
This is-
longest lived
24th
human?
century boomer.
Who's the longest lived human in Star Trek lore?
Probably a Soong, I'd imagine.
Bones is 127.
137.
Thank you.
Now explain to me how you know that number so exactly.
Because I just remember that scene
Just-
really well.
I'm just going to headcanon that every
See any
Doctor
pointy
Soong
ears?
is the same Doctor Soong.
Yeah.
Now, what
You're not
age
wrong
do you
because that
think-
is in fact true.
What age do you think athletes
Well,
start
his
competing in the
ancestor.
Olympics?
What about the one in Picard?
Yeah, it's the same one. Like it's the same guy. I mean, have you
So
looked
did
at?
actually
No.
die in
It's the
Same guy.
Federation?
It's his
Same guy,
grandson. It's his grandson.
No, it's the same guy.
Wait,
come on.
is Ro wearing her
Exactly.
earring on the correct side now? Or is that still the
It's the
Paul
same
Wraith
year
side? I
as
don't
before.
remember.
That's the left side. So
Is that Prophet or Paul Wraith?
Prophet.
I think the left side is Pa Wraith.
No, yeah.
And she's wearing that on her
Yeah,
left.
Look up any picture of Kira.
I don't. But then I have to. Fine.
Yeah, there was no.
Okay, that's still the Paul Wraith side.
Yeah.
Uh oh.
Is it?
Confirmed.
Uh-oh.
Confirmed.
Uh-oh. That's why she is a double agent, because...
She's actually a Power Rate cultist.
It's a cultist.
So, when they all hated her in the first episode, that means she probably did get all her fellow co-officers killed.
Intentionally.
This guy loves to party. He doesn't need an
It's them
excuse.
for the pod race.
The love
We're
of
so
the Paul
loud.
Wraith.
Feel the warmth of the pod wraith, and she's like burning them all alive.
Yeah, well, it is warmth in a way.
The warming
If
love.
you-
The warming
get-
embrace.
Meanwhile,
I
these
don't know if-
giant Jawas,
I don't know if anyone will have experience of this, but like, if you're getting burned alive, does it feel hot or cold or nothing?
It's the
Well-
worst thing because you
You
scream
want to test?
and then you go up into flames.
It's like after a certain point, the nerves are
That's
damaged and they can't feel anything.
you scream the whole time.
I had a day where I grabbed something very, 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 very hot, and I also grabbed something that was very, 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 very cold, and then I also touched acid. So that day I had 3 kinds of burns.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Holy
How
shit.
are they? If you're gonna like rate them on a like,
Take
what's your
a
had a
favorite?
rocket motor.
Taking
had a-
shelter behind a tree branch with a bird's nest
Yes.
on it is not a good idea.
Yeah, I was about to mention that.
Well, I mean, in the worst case, you get scrambled eggs.
I guess it's
So what was
better
your
than
favorite
no
burn?
cover.
Wow, I
don't
didn't know we
man,
got all this firefight.
The cold burn was really weird. So it was a piece of steel that was negative 300 degrees Fahrenheit that had come out of a cryo freezer. And
you're like, I'm going to touch this. This
It
is
has
casually
to be minus
grabbed it.
70, but yeah.
I moved it with really big insulating gloves, and then I had taken the gloves off, and I was like trying to move one of the parts over, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. It stayed cold for a long time.
I'm trying to look up the unit conversion to figure out what it is in smart people units.
So
This is
how
the
many
where she
kelvins?
joins the Maquis.
the Maquis are just
This
a
is
way
right
for
here.
Star Trek to show everyone getting slaughtered.
That's 88 Kelvin, 89 Kelvin roughly.
But in Celsius, it's negative
All right, fair enough.
184 degrees.
Like,
Wow,
Nobody
how
else gets
convenient that this
slaughtered.
is the only person who didn't die instantly from the shot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, no, the person who went to help didn't die instantly as well.
He was killed by special effects.
Yes, when you touch something really hot, it burns for an instant, and then it kind of like the flesh gets seared. I've grabbed exhaust headers once.
And then, like, if you've
had a
ever
hobby.
had put not enough oil in the pan where the meat kind of like sticks to the bottom, you have to scrape it off.
yeah.
Wear
Yeah,
gloves.
you leave that behind on the hot thing.
Yep.
Wear gloves.
Yeah.
Be safe.
I had a hobby rocket motor go off in my hand, and it seared a channel between my index and my thumb, index finger and my thumb, and the flesh was like gray white, and then like the flesh right where it was the exhaust was like black and ashy. So, but it all grew back. It's great. So
How come the
Meanwhile,
guy at the other
another-
table looks exactly like Markiplier?
Meanwhile, another bar makeout session.
Yeah.
What is Roy's Roy? Her name's not Roy. Ro's plan here. What's Roy's plan here? So she's trying to make it look like she's a prostitute, but who is she pretending for? The Maquis know who she is.
he's pretending for all the bystanders of possible Cardassian agents.
I thought they were.
Yeah.
I thought they were
I-
just pretending to be lovers making out, and that would creep out everybody else
No.
to stay away from them.
It is at
No.
first look like that.
You've never
Yeah.
used the services of an escort.
Well, it's funny you should bring that up because yesterday at
No,
our D&D
no,
game-
I'm ending the. No, we're not having this conversation.
I agree.
Tape number 513.
You're a good guy, Bill. You're a good guy. Me neither. I wouldn't know what to do either.
Oh look, Ro Laren is having second thoughts in the Star Trek television show that we're watching. She's
wow.
all emotionally conflicted.
Picard miscalculated. He pushed her.
A lot of times people think they can do better than like the show that they're in, so they try to move on. But you have to be very selective about what roles you pick as an actor.
Why did we really have to send Ro? She has a history of insubordination. This seems like not a good choice. Just because she's Bajoran.
Yeah, she's good at the intelligence.
But she had
plots.
the training and all the the confidence of Picard, and also
Yeah.
because of the training confidence of Starfleet.
Also, though, what did he put on the table? He put coins down, but that's not latinum. What is he offering her? Common nickel?
Roman ducats.
I think like
yes.
the Bajorans and Maquis are always a little bit allied because they both hate the Cardassians.
I think that's anniversary R2D2 coins. They're,
Oh,
they're
so very
probably
valuable.
very highly valued in Starfleet. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the thing about this time of year is that I go to the bank and I withdraw some cash in person in the form of dollar coins, American dollar coins, and American half-dollar coins. And I use those as tips at the Renaissance Festival.
Oh wow,
Oh,
that's
nice.
cool. That's cool.
So, Captain Picard's track record with Bajorans isn't that great. There's Ro, who betrays him because he pushed her too hard. There's Ensign Sito, who he sent to her death after gaslighting her for a few days. There's that presumed terrorist Orta, whose ship he got destroyed to make a
Yeah.
dramatic moment.
Yeah.
And is that
Yeah,
about it?
Starfleet's been treating them pretty badly. Yeah.
Oh, look, it's the Mutara Nebula. Wow, this is where they found the Borg. And Khan.
They were out of ideas.
It's a good nebula, but, oh, bye, Tracy. She walked away. Well, why is it always the same nebula? They don't even recolor it or anything.
I think they do recolor it every time, but that's all they do.
It's darker here, I guess.
No, I think they changed the hues
Oh, look.
from like orange to blue.
Look at all those halves of Jaegers we can repurpose. Where did they get Federation fighters? I would assume you can't just get those at like a used fighter lot.
You can see the fabric moving in the background of stars.
Defectors stolen.
I'm sorry, but
Even
you
Riker
look
wears the
like-
earring on the right side.
Yeah, Riker. So they clearly know, the writers, what side it's supposed to be on. So that's a deliberate choice now to have that there.
But I think it's just as significant as wearing your baseball cap backwards.
I think it's as significant as she's an evil cultist. Also, in real life, you can't really hide in a nebula like that, but it's dramatic.
Speaking of dramatic, she just betrayed the Federation.
Yeah, whatevs. Honestly, I don't think the Cardassians would mind if you hunted them down right now. They'd be fine. It's all about the spirit of the law, Picard. The spirit of the treaty.
He kind of looks like Lucy Lawless in this shot.
Whoa,
Lucy Lawless. Google Images. Oh, the
She's
robot
leaving?
lady.
No.
I just said it was meant to put her with the marquee for Voyager.
Oh, I thought it was D69. Thank you.
They did want her on Deep Space Nine when it started, but this was Deep Space Nine has started at this point, so this is for Voyager.
Yeah, the plot was for
Yeah.
Voyager. Thanks.
So it's
So they set her up for 2 different series that she turned down,
yeah.
and so that she could be on the failing last seasons of a once great TV show. Kind of sad.
What has Michelle Forbes been doing? Michelle Forbes, IMDb. What is she
She,
on?
she hasn't started anything since Homicide. It's weird.
When was that?
It was that show she would have been on. I mean, that she went to instead of Voyager, basically mid-90s.
Like, the fans would have loved her for 2 more shows, but anyway. Like,
oh yeah,
here's my-
everyone adored Enzo.
Here's my report. What is this? He wrote the report before he changed his clothes and took off the earring?
Yep.
Yes. Absolutely.
That's just writer's
It looks
style.
good. Jordan's style
Better-
looks
Maybe he
good.
used the
I
maybe he used that
Might
look
have
to
enjoyed
pick
it.
up more Bajoran girls. Come on.
Shuttles are so slow. He just had time to write the report when he got back to the Enterprise.
He
Before
probably
that.
did start writing it on his way back to the ship, to be perfectly honest, knowing
Well, he wanted to
That makes
wanted
sense.
to write it in detail when it was fresh in his mind. It just happened
Okay, so
Yeah.
before he
That's true too.
details started to get muddled.
Michelle Forbes is still working, but she's not doing that much.
thanks, Rick Berman.
Yeah,
Thanks, Renee.
she's done a lot of guest appearances.
Naran Chump.
Really good ones. So I
That's
don't know
pretty
why. Yeah.
And now farewell and adieu.
All right. Now I need to ping someone who reserved.
Parting is such sweet sorrow.
That we should say farewell until tomorrow. But I don't remember the next line.
Our revels have now ended.
Well, no, we have another hour and a half of revels.
I mean, since we have a minute off, I have an indelicate question to ask Argos.
Mhm.
Where's Argos? Is he here?
Argos.
I mean, he must be away from keyboard.
He X'd
Oh.
out, so he might be
Well,
jumping back in though.
I'm sorry for that. He left because of me.
No, Argos is the one who was having friends over to do the watch along.
Yes.
Oh darn! I wanted him to hear him say "purple burglar alarm."
Okay. So the person we're missing has previously expressed to me. Well, they're the whole reason we have the reservation system, because they missed episodes that they wanted to watch before, but now they're not here. And I mean, I'm gonna feel bad starting without them, but I can't like delay the stream an hour.
I mean, you can give it 5 minutes.
We're already here.
You only have so much control. Come on.
Personally, I think 5 minutes would be fair.
I mean, technically they had an hour, but okay.
Did you ping them?
Yeah,
How long ago?
just now.
Oh, just now.
2 minutes
Okay.
ago.
So we
But
got
they're
50
offline.
triangle ships. That's so cool. So far, 50 triangle ships with you guys. That's
50
like one for
triangles.
each state. One for each state.
Wait, hang on. While we're here, did we get any triangles in Preemptive Strike that I missed? I think they were only Federation fighters.
Yeah, Jaeger
Let me
class.
scroll through real quick.
Yeah.
Federation fighters, prostitute scene, Cardassian
Mwah,
attack.
mwah, mwah, mwah.
Don't make it
What
weird.
are we waiting for anyway?
We're waiting
It's-
for Herr Deutschland.
Deutsch. Okay.
Jaeger class,
We and
E-review
Yeah.
is a Intrepid class saucer section inexplicably merged with a giant upscaled drive section from a Federation fighter.
Elizabeth
For some
in the chat points out they've had it like a year to get ready for this.
Sometimes stuff
Ooh,
happens.
wait, I have
like,
a plan. Okay, we're taking it
an
short. We're
unexpected
taking
thing
a brief
happening.
intermission before the finale.
Okay.
BuzzFeed, Star Trek, quiz. Brief
Oh, yeah.
intermission.
Oh.
It's not here by the time we finish the
It's the
quiz.
last episode.
Are you actually streaming the quiz?
Yes.
In a second, I need to find a good one. I need to find one about Next Generation specifically. Oh, Deutschland is typing. Deutschland is typing.
Which next generation Enterprise ship part are you?
Which
I'm the
enterprise?
third. I'm
Please
the
tell
third
me that's a
nacelle
real
in
one.
all good things.
Please tell me that's a real quiz.
I wish.
We should definitely make it.
I'm the Jeffries Tube intersection where Picard makes out with the officer.
Ah.
Yeah.
What do you have to do? What kind of a person do you have to be to get the warp core? Because everyone really wants to be the warp core.
No, I'm holodeck 1.
well, what properties does the warp core have? It's thick. It's all right. Never mind.
Okay, so Deutschland
It's
says he's not
it's always about
here right now,
explode.
but I'm currently committed to actually doing the quiz, so we're doing a quiz. Because it's my stream and I can do what I want.
Yes.
I do it well.
Ryan is our benevolent dictator.
Here, Deutsch.
Okay, I'm streaming it to Discord as well, just to get rid of delay. What is your favorite This is what Star Trek character are you? What's your favorite subject in school? History, that's Captain Picard. Psychology,
Yeah,
that's Troy. PE, I guess that's either Kirk or
Worf.
Worf.
probably.
Sciences would be probably Dax or Data
Can
potentially.
you zoom in a little?
Data.
Can't really read it.
There you go.
Technology
you.
would be Geordi.
What's your favorite?
Created
I
by
mean, I
human
personally
Vulcan.
was big into the sciences. I majored in physics.
Sciences.
Is
Yeah,
that
they misspelled psychology.
that's
Your
psychology?
tough Star Trek questions.
Wow.
Physicology. Physical. I don't know. Sciences. We all good with sciences?
Yes.
Now for a Star Trek themed question. A Star Trek question. If you were one of the people to volunteer for a dangerous away mission to an Abaddon ship, Abaddon, what would be your reason? You don't want any other people to end up in danger? Screw them. If it's going to be dangerous, they might need a medic. And what? I'm a medic in this context? Might need someone to guard their back. That's my duty.
This is an abandoned ship. This
quiz blows.
Why would they need a medic? There's nobody there.
D, no reason to be afraid. You volunteer on principle.
Well, I mean, I guess
my reason for doing so isn't even on this list. It's because it'd be just
it says
cool.
Yeah,
I would be E.
by
Dangerous
on
away
principle,
mission.
are we
It's
talking
actually
about
what's
the
actually
principle
dangerous,
of
though.
awesome?
I would be E. I want
That
to
would be
find out
E.
what happened, and I want to see what's in their library and stuff
Fun.
like that.
So E counts as fun. I think 3 people have said E. Basically.
I vote fun.
Mhm.
Which of these hobbies would you enjoy the most? Captain Picard, Worf, Data.
Acting
Wait,
like
Spock.
Crusher.
They all
Right
like
there.
Barclay.
Crusher is the actor.
Crusher is an actor.
And, yeah.
But Data
And
has a
Poker
lot
is
of
right
time
there.
on the holodeck and cold opens.
Data does a lot of acting. Yeah, Poker must be
So-
Riker.
You're an actor, right, Ryan?
Yeah.
No?
Okay.
It's chess. We're all nerds. Moving on.
Okay.
Yeah, just.
Which is your favorite
I'm
food
an
and
nerd
drink?
and I do
Earl
not
Grey
play
tea.
chess. I resent
Okay.
that.
chocolate.
So do we
Earl Grey.
again? Do
Yeah.
we want Captain Picard? Do we want Troy? Worf? I don't know who's pasta.
Earl Grey.
Warriors drink.
Chocolate is objectively better than any of those, Star Trek or not.
I don't
Yes.
even like
Yeah,
tea.
Earl Grey is nice.
I
Earl Grey
guess
is-
I've
I
never
did
had
not
Earl
eat
Grey, but
Because I'm an
Earl Grey
android.
is a lighter tea compared to the others, I believe.
Who's into pasta on Star Trek?
It's a breakfast tea.
I kind of want to click pasta just to figure out who it is.
Breakfast. pizza.
Is this supposed to be like gak? Are they? Oh no,
Maybe.
prune
But
juice. is
prune juices, yeah.
Yeah, prune juice.
You take the
I'm
prune
angry
juice,
that-
you
I'm
pour it in
angry
a
that we do not
blender
have-
with the pasta and the chocolate.
And
Where's all the
number
Chief
5 is
O'Brien
Data.
answers?
That's Data there.
Why are there no Chief O'Brien answers?
I don't know. Does he like pasta?
No, he would like potatoes, but
Look,
that's
I'm clicking
beside
on
the point.
pasta. What do you
Yeah,
want from life?
Pasta
Save lives
is
by yourself.
objectively the best one there.
Andy,
Is
can I
everyone
point
For
here-
out
life,
pasta
Is everyone
Crush
here
your
happy with
enemies,
their lives at the
see your-
moment?
Yes.
crush your enemies, see
Yes.
them driven
We
before
watched
you.
7 seasons of
See the
TNG
lemon
and Deep
juice.
Space Nine.
Mandatory
There's
paper.
nothing to be not happy about.
I want to help others improve their lives. No, screw those other people. Who cares? Want to explore
Yeah, we want to explore.
explore
Exploration
the
is
intricacies
good.
of Star Trek and their matte paintings. yes.
We don't know Mars. If you gave us
Who's
the
gone on
DVD,
man? Who's gone on man is an
Exploration
option,
can
so
be,
explore is fine. Yeah.
Exploration can be hard sciences or natural science or applied science or inner science.
How would you describe yourself? A strong leader. It's my stream. I can do what I want. If you could work on a starship, whose post would you choose? The captain, chief tactical officer, chief engineer. Which of these is most like, or least likely, rather, to get you killed?
I mean,
Chief
none of
tactical
them
officers-
are waiter in 10 forward, which is what I would do.
Okay.
captains. I think we're all captains.
I don't want to go chief medical officer because you're going to
Can't
beam
you
down
just
and get
be a-
shot somewhere or get kidnapped
Yeah,
by
there's
a
options
terrorist.
to get beamed down too.
Can't you just be a freeloader?
I figured pasta out. It's Jordi. Jordi has pasta al fiorella and he feeds it to Worf. Oh my god, that was gonna drive me crazy all night.
Okay. So the chief
his favorite food.
engineer can die because you get a coolant leak in the ship's engine core. You have to do a barrel
Yeah.
roll.
Yeah.
Jordy also
you-
gives
you could be-
jewelry to what's her name? The
Leah Brahms?
The warp Leah Brahms, yeah.
Yeah, I would say
Geely,
medical officer, because if you could be an EMH, you're essentially immortal, but you don't have any hair, so there's a trade-off.
I
But-
can live with that.
You can wear wigs.
Any member of the crew walks up to you and insults you. What do you do? Oh, is this the Wesley thing with the webbed fingers or webbed feet? Insults have no effect on me. We don't believe in words here.
I'm gonna tell on him. Put him on report.
Yeah, I'm gonna
and
tattle.
find
Screw
him
this
as
guy.
murdered.
See, yeah.
What's your best quality? Logical, intelligent, determined, and hard to put off, kind and sympathetic, or fair and decisive?
Let's be kind and sympathetic.
My beautiful
Ugh,
jaw.
gross.
Logical intelligence.
You're in a space battle, TM, and there are many injured, including the captain. Uh-oh. If the warp engines aren't brought back online, you will be able to escape. What do you do?
Escape pod. Escape pod, just leave. Abandon everyone.
Go fix the warp drive.
Ship needs to get away from the fighting, get to sickbay and help the doc. No, that's not going to help. Who cares? The safety of the crew is not going to be helped with sickbay. If the ship blows up, everyone dies.
The deck tears on the Titanic. Yeah.
Take command. The captain is injured. Someone needs to get the ship. I vote for warp drive because that's the most likely to not die.
Escape pods are not very safe. You're just in the darkness of space floating.
I still want.
Yeah,
I'd rather be in one than a ship that's about to explode.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you do when you have a free shift? Play poker, time on the holodeck, which is the correct answer, or model ships.
Holo novel for sure.
All right,
or
who are we?
Express.
Look at that. We're Captain Jean-Luc Picard.
Ship in a bottle?
But we're equally Geordie. Look at that.
Yeah, we're
Play with
50%
ship
Captain,
bottle
we're
here,
50%
boys?
Geordie.
And we're some Riker.
We're tied
not
with
Worf.
That's the
and George.
jazz.
We got Captain Picard probably because that's first alphabetically.
When this stream started, we
Also,
just played,
no hair. Just saying.
we just played low key jazz, lo-fi jazz.
Okay, so 0% war for not Deanna or Beverly. We're a little... Nah. We're not Data.
Anything under 20 is marginal.
But
Cool,
it's
we got
not like
it.
these all add up to
Bizarre.
100. Yeah.
Geordie's not that something to be proud of, but okay.
You are a natural leader and are very good in a crisis, like someone hasn't shown up for their reservation and I'm trying to fill time. You can be a little old-fashioned occasionally. You have a fondness for the good things in life and appreciate what you have. You care deeply about the people around you. Wait, I care deeply about the people. All my answers were focused on how many people can I abandon.
Yeah.
What?
But you didn't pick the one that was, I'm just concerned about me being happy. I think we picked something else, like explore. So that was nice.
Yeah.
All right. Now we're going to start a 1 minute countdown to all good things. Everyone be queued up.
All right.
I'm just here to hear John Delancey say the word "you."
No, what is the best line in All Good Things? Just one.
Looks like a bloody skunk.
It's you.
Why are you 57 minutes into the episode?
Ryan, you're
shut up.
streaming the episode for us on.
Looks like
Oh,
a
do you not
blooming-
want to watch the episode? Fine, there's a countdown for you.
Thank you. I like no will we can't. We have to save humanity. Or it's like the chicken and the egg. Will the chicken and the egg?
There's an
should have done this
outtake
a lot
that I don't
sooner.
really understand, but I guess I'll wait for the countdown because we're about to start. 10 seconds, everyone be queued up, all good things. It's 1 minute, 29 seconds. No, that's not
Goodbye.
great. It's 1 hour, 29 minutes. We're going to press play in 5,
This is
4,
1 hour 32 on
3,
Netflix.
2, 1, play. So there's an outtake where Captain Picard is yelling at Beverly. It's like, oh, you have to understand how great the stakes are here. And then he has to change his line to... What even is it? It's... I forgot mid-story what the story was.
Does he say magnitude or something?
Goodbye, Jean-Luc. I'm gonna miss you.
Ah,
You had such potential.
he's supposed to say what is at stake here, but he says how great the stakes are here. But I mean that's the same thing, so who cares?
But then again, all good
Maybe,
things must come to an end.
Maybe she's not picking up on Worf's hint here. It was stimulating.
Good date, nice girlfriend.
Well, at least he didn't write a song about it.
Is this the only episode where you see Captain Picard? Oh no, it's not the only episode you see him in his pajamas.
There is one episode where we get to see him naked.
Oh,
Captain-
What?
yeah,
Which one?
Lights.
Chain of Command.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Dating advice number 673. Oh boy, how do we unpack this one without offending anyone? When dating your homie sex girlfriend, something.
You got to be completely honorable about it.
Homie.
When dating your
Homie
homie's
or-
ex-girlfriend, something.
This is great because if you don't even know this is the last episode, you're like, they're about to kiss. Picard's walking up in his bathrobe, and he's like, "What day is it?" Like he's a madman. Like this is just peak TNG.
Oh,
So
in the
at-
street. What day is it?
Yeah, at the end of the episode,
Check the newspaper like Marty McFly.
At the end of the
Say
episode,
so?
when they say that, oh, it's as if all 3 beams came from the Enterprise. When one of them came from the Pasteur. There is the fact that the Pasteur beam was created by Data, the same as the other one, so maybe he just did the exact same settings.
Wait, we have to say goodbye to this comet. Goodbye, comet.
Bye, Comet. Now we have to say goodbye to the stars.
Saturn.
Goodbye, lost
Saturn.
stars of Saturn's reign.
Goodbye, broken
Bye.
stars.
Bye, stars, for the last
Bye.
time.
Missed that. I mean, I could still watch the episodes without you guys, conceivably, I guess. But
Why would
And
you
you
do
can
that?
rewatch them with the replay.
Goodbye, weird stardust that's moving way too fast.
After today, I can finally watch TNG again just on my own. Because when I'm like, I want to watch them. Should I watch TNG? It's like, nah, I can't. I watched that enough already.
Yeah.
Also, I should update the title on the stream.
came
All
like
good
eating
things,
your
there we go.
vegetables, yeah.
Hey, look, it's starring Patrick Stewart
Starring
as Captain
Captain
Jonathan
Picard.
Picard. And Jonathan
Starring
Frakes as
Captain
Commander
Picard as Patrick
Riker.
Stewart.
LeVar
And
Burton
LeVar
as
Burton as Lieutenant Commander,
Oh, it's the Reading
Lieutenant
Rainbow
Commander
version.
Alex Trebek.
I never realized Data was last. Usually, like, they have the most senior actor as
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Brent Spiner was always
does-
listed third in the movie credits.
He doesn't get an and credit in the TV series though. You might think it's like and Brent Spiner, like that's usually what the last sort of veteran actor will get, but it's just a regular last listing. So
And
Yeah.
introducing Will Wheaton as Wesley Crusher.
Will Wheaton.
he had been in
Can you
lots.
not introduce him, please?
All good things. ...
part 1.
And Will Wheaton as Captain Picard.
Oh,
Will Wheaton as annoying dish rag number 4.
Ooh, Andreas Consultes, or whatever it was. Yeah, we get to see Tomalak
list.
in this episode. I forgot about Tomalak.
Or we're just going to stare at each other across the neutral zone. I love that one.
It's like waking up from a nightmare. Whose quarter is this? Troy's quarters? It's gotta be. Captain Picard does not have those cups.
How about this lighting?
Yeah, it is Troy's. Remember, they were kissing outside of Troy's quarters, so he comes in.
Why does Troy have pink lights?
Mood lighting. She was expecting to have Worf here.
she did just have a date, so you know.
But did she set up the lighting on a timer before she went out with Worf?
She just
just
left the
set it up
lights
ahead of
on.
time.
Come on.
Yeah,
They have
so when you get
renewable
back to
energy.
He's interrupting a date. That's precisely what he's doing. That's
Look,
why the mood
you
lights
put the flower petals on the bed before your date, and then when you come back, it's already there.
His forehead ridge blocking. That was nasty. I apologize.
Directed by
She's
Winrich
always on-
Colby.
She's
Nice.
always on call. Like the captain just has a bad dream. She has to like put down everything
Hang on,
and start listening.
I'm not convinced that.
Mommy,
I'm not
I had
convinced
a
that pink
nightmare.
lighting
Can I
is
sleep
romantic.
in your
Let me-
quarters.
Let me make my lights pink real quick and see if I feel more romantic like that.
Well, I can't. Whoops. Hmm.
He's on
I
his,
wonder how much that straw hat went for on eBay.
They probably did auction it. Gordy.
Good
No, I
episode.
don't feel particularly romantic right now. It's just the room is
No.
now slightly pink.
Because I'm not there, cutie.
No admittance except on party business. And what about very old friends?
You know, this is so beautiful that they spun this off into a whole series. Like such a great scene.
Mm-hmm. Since we were all together
This
in the
is a
Enterprise,
decent
and we have to
painting
say
that
this
she
to
made, it's a map
establish the
painting.
scene.
It looks like a matte
Yes.
painting, but I'm not sure it is.
Yeah,
It sure looks real.
California has plenty
No,
of
this is-
So
vineyards.
you can
This is
see the
definitely on
multiple
location.
scrolling backgrounds
Yeah,
there.
they're on
This
a
is-
vineyard. It's
they're
just
actually
the way
there.
the way the
Yeah, this is-
background looked was weird.
Has to be on
The
location,
lighting,
right?
the lighting is just too good.
It is on location. There's a documentary about making all good things.
Oh, cool.
This scene is in there, and it's definitely on location.
And we should watch that
Is it?
as well.
You know if it's like NorCal wine country or where this is exactly?
Yeah, it's California.
Okay. Yeah, it could be. I mean, it could be like Paso Robles or something not too north, I guess.
Napa Valley.
Oh, okay, so for a little further north there, yeah.
No, I just made that up.
So Jordy marries a woman named Leia. Is that a character we've ever encountered?
Leah Brahms.
Leah Brahms.
Well,
Really?
the woman
he made a
never
hologram
say her
of.
last name. So
Yeah, but
you know,
Daystrom Institute, busy as ever. You have to assume that's her.
yeah, it is.
They don't say her name in the episode, but I'm pretty sure it's in the screenplay, in the notes.
Okay, right.
I mean, who else would it be? Princess Leia.
Yeah, no, but the thing is, though,
Crossover.
if you wanted to like,
Not until Disney buys Paramount.
Ooh, what's Jordy?
Good time.
Wait, what are they holding? What is that? Is that a post holder? A sci-fi post holder?
Is this the first establishment that we have of the rheumatic syndrome?
Yes.
Is it just space Alzheimer's? And
Yes.
that's it.
As far as I can tell, yeah.
They could have just said Alzheimer's.
They would be assuming that Alzheimer's has been
In the
cured
future,
at
there's
this
no
point.
such thing.
Yeah, there's a rheumatic syndrome.
Like doesn't sound they just have cancer. Like turns out cancer is just still a thing. Like it's kind of humbling and entirely possible we won't.
So these uniforms are
insecure.
still ugly, but they look a lot better in the new lighting. Season 1 lighting was a lot
Uniforms?
worse.
Yeah,
There's no uniforms. Those are just
Yeah.
little people in peasant clothes.
I keep
Bill, I
feeling
think
like
you're a little
my
behind.
playback is slowed down. How are you always ahead of me? Is my video player
you on
just slowed
Netflix?
down? Nope.
What are you watching on?
Oh, they dropped Tasha Yarbet.
A legally obtained Blu-ray.
And the
So-
old uniforms.
My copy of the episode is 1 hour 29 minutes long.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
one out
that's
of
long.
Too.
Whoa.
That's longer than mine.
Yeah. I don't know. never mind.
We just got
Well,
to the
it
scene
might
with
be-
Tasha and Picard in the shuttle.
It
I can
might
only
be
guarantee
because,
sync if
some-
everyone, for people who are watching the Amazon version.
It might be a different. If you have this in someplace else, it might be a different length because they might have split this episode into 2 parts.
yeah, but that's only like a few minutes. That shouldn't like 3 minutes most.
Well, that happens
Yeah,
to
we
be
have a
the exact
7-minute
difference.
difference.
Okay,
Wait,
creepy dude.
I'm
Thanks
sorry.
for making me feel uncomfortable.
Amazon's is 1 hour 19 minutes according. Oh no,
Are
sorry.
you sure you
Got
guys are
time
not
left.
experiencing your own time shifts?
Never mind.
I think I synced based on the blur to
Shift.
Netflix, and it's about a 25-second difference. So
What's this
Yeah.
about a time shift?
Yeah, if you're
We just
having
had a
trouble
black.
syncing with the timestamp, use the, well, if you're in YouTube, use the blur. Because if you're in Discord, the blur is going to be delayed by like 7 seconds.
if you're using Netflix, move ahead about 25, maybe a little over seconds, 28 seconds maybe.
Oh, good. I didn't miss too much.
Yes.
Do you think Patrick Stewart used bald shine for this series?
Deutschland, we
His head
delayed
is
the stream a
always
little
so
bit.
shiny.
We were waiting for
Shino
you.
Baldo.
They put makeup on a person's face all over and
Yeah,
anywhere
they
it
put
might
makeup
shine.
on bald heads. Yes.
God,
They
look
do.
how bent that prop is after 7 years.
Have you
For those
have you
who
ever
can
watched
see
Harvey? What's his name on Family Feud?
Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
Steve Harvey. Yeah, they powder his head. His head is so matte. Like it's ridiculously matte. It looks like a Snapchat filter because they use so much mattifier on his head.
He's wearing a skirt.
That's funny.
He sweats a lot too.
it. Captain Picard's head is nice and shiny.
Also, I heard some interviews with Steve Harvey that totally changed my opinion about him. So I don't watch that anymore.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's a garbage person.
What's that?
Back to the Star Trek thing.
No, Steve Harvey isn't in Star Trek.
That's pretty crazy how you could have like a vision that you have a disease.
So Irmotic syndrome, we establish, it causes memory loss. It causes headaches. If you get too excited, it like pops like an aneurysm.
It also apparently causes delusions.
Delusions, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they.
You know
That's
what?
what they.
You know what'd be really cool is if at the end of Picard, it's just all an Irmotic syndrome delusion.
No, Will, we
He's
can't.
it's just the camera pans out from the last scene and it's just he's in bed and like Geordi and Will are there and like he's just
No, no blind
he's
hate on
dying.
my stream.
Yeah.
How's
If
that
you
blind
don't have
hate?
anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
This
Where's
episode's
blind
great.
hate?
My favorite thing is that the Enterprise D gets a third nacelle, and I wish I had command of that starship.
You're all about
Ooh,
that third nacelle,
Admiral-
huh?
God, what is
Oh,
this?
please, it's not about the
Admiral
amount of
Nakamura.
nacelles, it's about how you use them.
God, we've had Admiral Nakamura since season 2. It's been here forever.
I'm
First
just
time we
saying
saw
it'd be
him
a
was
cool
Measure
twist.
of a Man, I believe.
It'd be a cool twist for Picard since he does have Irmotic syndrome and it could very well all just be in his head.
Ah, that's why you want it to be. It was all in his head.
It'd just be a neat. Huh.
No.
Yeah.
It's
I
canon.
mean, none of this actually happened is like one of the worst possible twists. So
It's
How do you feel about the
and
Enterprise
ear review,
finale?
and it would also be canon if it was all just a fever dream from Irmotic syndrome. If
Isn't there
that's
a
what they wrote.
theory?
I mean,
Isn't there a theory that this is all
wouldn't
this is
be
all a
good.
delusion, but it was created by Q, like in the first episode, and that like this whole last 7-8
The
years.
7
has
years
been-
were nothing. It was all a test.
Yeah, it was
That
all
was
a
the
test,
trial.
and like none of it actually happened.
And they pan out and
Trial
it's
never
all in the
ends.
snow globe.
It's like the chicken and the egg.
St. Elsewhere
chicken and the
reference?
egg.
Jesus.
St.
Or
Elsewhere.
Is it messed
well,
up?
didn't somebody
to
make a big
eat
map
egg
that
with
says that
chicken?
everything is happening in that kid's dream?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
St. Elsewhere crosses over with a couple other shows, and then those shows cross over. With
Hindsight,
yeah, and so
X-Files, and then X-Files.
It does
St.
touch
Elsewhere
Star
is all in the
Trek,
kid's
so
head. Yeah,
so Star
this
Trek
is all
Next Generation
in the
is it is in the kid's head, yeah.
It depends on how much credence you give things like shared props.
I like that they didn't give
which is kind of
Picard
weak.
the insane old person makeup they give everyone else, where they just like a solid 2 inches of wrinkles.
Yeah. They just grew out his beard a little bit.
I don't think that's a real
Also,
beard.
what is that? What is that boy in the background?
I don't see a
I
boy
need to
in the
3D
background.
print a bin for my 3D printer prints that fail.
That's called a garbage
Here,
can.
I'm posting something in chatting. Oh, I didn't print screen it properly. Too late.
Why do all the different services have to run the episode at different speeds? Why is it the way that it
I
is?
think it has to do with frames per second, so that even if you have one extra or one more frame per second over some time, it kind of just causes it to go out of sync.
There's a really good video about this on YouTube by John Carmack from ID Software, and
I love
he
that
talks
guy.
about how, yeah, really, it's the audio that matters, and the video does get out of sync, but then the video gets resynced, and he drew like a graph where it's kind of like a sawtooth graph where it gets more and more out of sync, and then it resynchronizes, and then more and more out of sync, then it resynchronizes. But the audio should always be in sync. So.
If anyone in our lifetime makes an actual holodeck, it will be John Carmack. That man
All right,
is obsessed with virtual reality.
They are now going to go see Data.
At Cambridge.
At Cambridge, there's a hover car.
And there's a Isaac Newton
We're
chair.
now inside.
Jordy
Data
has
sits-
implants.
Data sits in the same chair that Isaac Newton does at the university.
Kitty.
12
Stephen
cats.
Hawking.
12
Two
cats.
cats. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
It's not an actual chair. It's a position.
7.
Somebody,
What?
Yeah. But
Yeah, the chair is like it's the name of the seat.
Yeah.
The
It's short
position.
for chairman.
Interesting.
I mean,
Short for chairman,
Change to
guys.
Cambridge.
I'm just going to assume that
Word.
all those cats are named Spot. Maybe Spot 1, Spot 2, and so on.
I think he just lets them multiply. Like he doesn't even care.
So
He just
Data is
becomes-
a crazy cat lady.
Yes. Confirmed.
If possessions don't exist on Earth, if people aren't obsessed with the accumulation of things, why does Data live in a mansion?
He
Yeah.
has the distinguished chair of Isaac Newton.
Darjeeling, not Darjeeling. I don't know anything about cheese.
Picard! Mr. Picard, it is Thursday!
This episode's just cracking
Oh my
me
god,
up,
that's
though,
the same
'cause-
actress, isn't it?
Yeah!
yeah, we said
Have
that.
you never
in Black
noticed?
Arrow.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
but that was like 2 months ago. I forgot.
I don't even remember.
I could not tell whether
On a
Data
Thursday.
What episode was that?
experienced most.
Time Zero.
Time Zero.
Who's in Time Zero?
The
The
housekeeper
butler.
lady.
Yeah.
Oh, who
Housekeeper
else is
lady
in
is
Time
also
Zero?
the landlady.
That they have to pay rent to in Time Zero. And that
Very
what's that
Wednesday.
writer? That writer?
Yes.
What's the writer's name?
I don't know.
Why did
Samuel
Data just call him?
Clemens?
Mark
Why
Twain?
did Data just call him?
Gosh.
Why did Jordy early stumbled in the grape field?
Bill, I like half of that came through. So I'm
Why
gonna just say
did they-
yes.
Look,
Why
there's a
did-
cat in her hand.
Why? Okay, so why is everybody?
Yeah, no, it's gone. Bye, Bill.
There's so many cats.
I never noticed all these cats.
Yeah.
Noticed-
A whole room full of old style uniforms. Why? Why would they do this to me? Oh, they didn't.
And
They
You
didn't
are-
put
you are
Worf's
quite
original
ahead of
forehead
us.
prosthetic on.
they do that whistle in TOS as well.
And they had to
Yeah,
drag
the
those
whistle,
stands.
the whistle implies that in the Star Trek universe there is an official position on ships, which is the boatswain, but we never meet the boatswain of the Enterprise.
Deutschland.
I'm not saying they had to drag those scans out of
It's
some
bosun.
dark corner.
There's
It's pronounced-
Troy. What?
It's pronounced
Is it
bosun,
right? It is right.
and bosun is the first officer, so Riker is the bosun.
You know, these peasants, the way they're jumping around and shouting and the way the camera tilts when looking at them, it really reminds me of Firefly's Reavers. I feel like they're just gonna jump into the crowd and start tearing the crew apart.
Yeah.
Why is it so oh my god, red alert. Oh wait, does Colin Meaney have a rank?
Yeah,
I can't tell.
Oh, Denise Crosby was such great fan service.
so there's Counselor Troy in what Marina Sirtis calls her cosmic cheerleader outfit.
I ran it back. Cole Meany has a single pip.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're bringing back the bad continuity for the episode.
If this had been an actual emergency, you would have heard official news, information, or instructions. Beep.
Yeah, that's true. He doesn't actually have a pimp, it's just corn. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's just
Now I'll go get my tea while everybody else is milling around. And he just calmly walks out.
The captain doesn't hurry.
I want them to have Worf's original forehead prosthetic in the past scenes, for the same reason I wanted to have TOS Klingon makeup in Trials and Tribulations, and just never mention it. That's just the way he looked. Don't worry
Don't
about
worry about it.
Hey, that Excelsior class Enterprise B doesn't have the weird growth on the side of the primary hull and the extra impulse engines like it does in Generations.
somebody got fired over that blunder.
I hope.
it. Pathetic.
Well, they ruined the Excelsior studio model for Generations because they were supposed to be able to take those off, and then they decided that they couldn't because it would destroy it. So it's it was such a beautiful model before they did that.
Oh yeah, look at that pip. Column has a pip.
I wouldn't say that Q is on a higher intelligence far superior to you. I really would not say that.
He is.
So yeah.
Hang on. Worf, why are you talking? You're not even the tactical officer. What is your job here?
Yeah,
Shouldn't
really.
Tasha be
And what's
expressing these
Geordi's job,
concerns?
too?
Not true.
But
That is a
Worf,
really
this
good
isn't your
point.
job.
Every
That
man.
is a really good point. That originally Worf and Geordi did not have any official positions. They were just officers.
They were just
In
there.
red, by the way.
In
Jordy
red.
was in red too.
And so much so he was occasionally on the helm or operations before they made that operations station, I guess. But in the
That's McKinley Station, Earth, space dock.
Why does
William
it have
McKinley
tentacles?
it's space dock. Well, William McKinley was president of the United States around 1900. When he was assassinated, Teddy Roosevelt became president. 1901.
Model airships. He used to build them when he was a child.
I do not play with boy.
I did, sir.
Yeah. You're not supposed to be intimate with your crew on the first day. Like, I know about your childhood.
Definitely don't get too intimate with your crew.
Well, they reacted this. They didn't use an old shot.
The weird thing is that at this point, Data has served in Starfleet for 20 years. Shouldn't he have learned these expressions by now?
Yeah, he's the most advanced computer in the
I
system,
think we
right?
established
Yeah, it doesn't
You should
make
understand
in
sense.
the idiom
season
of
one
the
that it's all a lie. Data's just pretending.
He's pulling everyone's leg.
season one data.
He actually has a very refined sense of humor.
And yet he has a lieutenant
That'd be
junior
inadvisable.
grade pip frag. They didn't even get the pip frag.
If you attempt to ignite a
fine.
petroleum, meanwhile we're doing super nuclear stuff right over there. See?
If they had made this now, they could have used deep fakes to like make everybody younger.
True.
Yeah, they did that in X-Men, even. Way back when.
Yeah, it was very, very bad in X-Men.
Yeah.
Digital de-aging. Yeah.
It was a lot better than Captain Marvel, though.
The Irishman.
Let's just see Data in his younger form.
I mean, it's better on Ryan's channel than.
Yeah, we need Ryan to deep fake all of the season.
I
Yeah.
don't want
Tasha.
to. That's
Tasha.
work.
There was a moment when they were writing season 1 of The Next Generation where we were in a serious risk of getting Scotty with an Irish accent as our chief engineer for the rest of the show.
Oh yeah,
We were this close to that happening.
we had that. Oh god, I don't remember his name. He was in like 2 episodes. There's one of the many chief engineers
Shift.
showed up and disappeared.
Argyle?
Chief Argyle. Was he Scottish? I don't. Is that who I'm
No,
thinking
he
of?
just had an American accent. He was a candidate for chief engineer until Paramount found out that he was organizing a letter writing campaign to get him the role. Then they fired him.
Ooh, what? Say again?
Chief Argyle from like the first season. He was a candidate to become a permanent cast member, and then Paramount found out that he was organizing a letter writing campaign so he could get the job, and they fired him.
Okay.
I don't see why that would disqualify you. If people want you, whatever. It's just like campaigning if you're running for office.
Yeah, I mean, well, in Hollywood,
like it, though.
especially back then, the studios were so the boss. So, like, even now, like, even shopping for like a different contract can get you fired. Like, they own you, so don't even try.
I like how when Captain Picard is
should blow
telling
up their
people about
starships.
this insane thing that's happening to him, everyone's just fine with it. They're taking his right. It's like, oh yeah, sure, you're shifting through time. Let's
Yeah,
I mean,
let's try to explain
they've
how.
had weirder stuff.
Yeah, what kind of
Yeah,
crazy
yeah.
world do these people live in?
Lots of weird stuff. But I always fall back on the,
You know, in the-
look, we've had a mariachi band on the bridge. Anything goes at this point.
I don't know if it
in
would
the
be
present-
extra stressful to live in a kind of world where this stuff happens regularly, or completely relaxing because you're just so used to it.
In the present, they trust him. They've served with him for 7 years. They know who he is. In the future, they think he's crazy because they know about his physiological, neurological condition. And in the past, they don't trust him because they just met him. So like,
I feel
this
like
is
if
the
one of
only
you guys
time-
came up to me in Discord, it was like, I'm repeating this watch along. I've watched it a 1,000 times already. I don't think I would believe you.
Oh, but we don't trust you at all, anyways. I mean, that's a whole.
You haven't known any of us for 7 years.
I mean, 7 seasons is a lot to know somebody, I'll say. So, I'd be like, Ryan, we need to get you help. Like, we need to get you an ambulance.
I mean, it's a thematic point of the episode, right? Like, the whole point of this is he feels that humanity is advancing through the relationships and connections that they're making, which is illustrated by these 3 different time periods, which is 1, they don't know him. 2, they know him really well. 3, they know him, but they know that his life is nearing an end and he might be deteriorating.
Yeah. And like he's calling in all his favors too, So he's also pressuring them to like give him resources and a ship and all kinds of stuff. He's
yeah,
not
the fact that he can pull that off, the fact that he can pull that off says a lot about how humanity progresses and the kind of connections and relationships, the importance of those relationships.
That data padlet is very
Which is
bad.
the theme of the episode.
And the show.
Yeah, and the show at large too. Yeah.
What is the metric equivalent of a dash?
A dash?
Yeah,
oh,
dash.
like a dash of cinnamon.
Of nutmeg in this case.
Saying you could have a 300-meter dash or a 300-yard dash. It doesn't matter.
half a teaspoon.
Touche.
That's a 10% difference. I insist on accuracy.
What's the difference between
Yeah.
a dash and a pinch?
There was I saw like a set of measuring cups, like a measuring
is like a
spoons, and
little
they
bit
had
more than a
dash and
pinch.
pinch and scotch and
Yeah, but
Oh, it's a
most of
little bit
them-
more than a pinch. So how much specifically is a
Whoa.
pinch?
I don't remember this kiss.
A pinch is just grab it in your fingers.
That's nice.
Yeah,
What's
this
going
is-
on with the episode
So-
timing?
Do people with small
Some
hands
people
just get
are
less
ahead of
seasoned
others.
food? Does Andre the Giant
That's
completely
not
over season his
measurement.
food?
so like in the Wild West, in a lot of the gold boom towns, the way that people would pay for stuff was with gold dust. So like you go get a shot of whiskey and it would be a pinch of gold dust. So like the person would open up their little bag of gold dust and the bartender would take a pinch. So the bars would hire barkeeps with big fingers, so they could lift more in a pinch.
Interesting.
Ryan's gonna Google it.
So they've now actually properly kissed and sort of in a relationship with some.
And it never goes anywhere.
Yes, that is
Except in the
annoying.
novel.
It's annoying. They get Beverly and Riker. No, sorry, Deanna and Riker in a proper relationship later on, but they don't do anything with Beverly and Picard.
But they never call him Admiral here because he never made it to Admiral.
This whole future
It's
is
a
made up.
different timeline.
I just remembered the crazy facial hair he had as an admiral in Future Imperfect.
The evil facial hair.
Yeah.
But oh, by the way, there's still at Data's house right now,
Go
like
to,
hanging out on his couch.
It's fine if you don't mind cat hair.
Yeah.
That kiss,
I'm
by
sure
the
the
way,
couch
was really
cleans itself in the
significant.
future.
Yeah, it is.
That kiss, by the way, was really significant, I think, because
Yes.
so Beverly's told him that he has a possibility of mental delusion in the future, and she accepts that as a part of him, and she's wants to appreciate him as he is. I think there's a really telling thing there.
Captain Picard assaulting Geordi, punching him. You can't do that.
I know what
He's
we
the
have to do.
captain. He can do whatever he wants.
Me and my tan V-style shirt. Yeah.
It's a bit of an odd shirt.
2-ring belt there. Yeah.
See, there's the old person makeup we all know and love.
Boy, that's pretty bad.
With Captain Riker. Why? They clearly have the capability of doing old person makeup that looks fine. Why would they do this to Will?
Because it's Will.
The hair is the best part. The jelly gray hair. We have to assume that in universe it's not the fault of any makeup artists. It's just what Admiral Riker thinks looks good.
Jonathan Frakes got to choose his own makeup.
Somebody needs to make an animated GIF of Picard punching Geordi in the shoulder there.
You know, I like how there's no more neutral zone, and it's just a border now.
Does that fireplace actually produce heat if it's holographic?
Yes.
No. It's a lot of work to
I
make
say
it
yes.
heat. No.
They just use some thallium to warm you up with some delicious gamma radiation.
If it's made out
Yes.
of light, it would produce heat.
Okay, but I mean, my entire room
No.
is lit right now. That doesn't make it hot.
Yeah. And
It does to an extent.
you need a resistance to make heat if you're using electrical conductors. Oh, the Pasteur is a great name because that guy, he's a French chemist who discovered that you can pasteurize milk, and he made milk safe for everyone.
Wait. Pasteur discovered pasteurization. That's a pretty happy coincidence.
It's holographic fire.
Why does
Wow.
Riker look so bad? Picard looks better than him, and he's
Beverly
considerably
looks
older.
better.
Do medical ships just have different uniforms from other ships in this timeline?
I thought this was a Daedalus class starship, but I was wrong.
I like the lighting and coloring more. It's a little more calming.
Hugging your ex-wife is awkward, yes.
Picard season 2 has not premiered yet, has it?
No.
No, it just wrapped production.
And
Okay.
And
those
they're
comm
starting on
badges are-
season 3.
Those comm badges are amazing. I really like them.
Yeah, I do love the new design of the badge that they did for this future.
Don't they use
So,
these badges in the new
there's the
series?
mysterious
It's
there's the
really
mysterious there's the mysterious lack of or missing of Beverly in Star Trek Picard, and I've been wondering about that, and there's still no whatever about it. So maybe it's going to be some really unexpected reveal at some point in season 2.
Because
Whatever.
Gates McFadden looks like she spent a little too much time at a sauna facial reconstructive chair.
It's fine to me.
It's nice we got a kiss, and it would be nice to see this character. But,
Gates McFadden now, not Gates McFadden in this episode.
Oh.
Oh, does she look like
Okay,
different?
Robo, everybody in Hollywood gets plastic surgery. I hate to break it to you.
but there is a varying degree of the quality of the plastic surgery they receive.
Okay. So what they do is they get it again, and they look better next year. That's how it goes. Like,
I don't know about that, dude.
Does
It
anyone
doesn't
listen
matter.
to her
Don't worry
podcast?
about
It's really
Gates
good.
McFadden's face. It's fine.
yeah,
Yeah, it's her face. She can do whatever she wants to it.
yeah. And male actors get plenty of
Oh,
work.
he's
done,
out
too.
of the room and now they're talking behind his back. It's like, oh yeah, sure, you're traveling between
guys
time
are
periods for sure. Let's
significantly
get you
ahead
to
of
bed,
me.
buddy, and we'll keep working on that. How rude.
I'm looking at the timestamp in Discord here, and I'm only behind that by 5 seconds or whatever, and you guys feel like you're 30 seconds or 45 seconds
Because
ahead
all
of
the
me.
different versions
Netflix
have
is
different
behind.
speeds.
Yeah.
Netflix, you're going to be 30 seconds behind if you try to timestamp match. So
Yeah.
just move ahead. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also started on the right time as well.
I mean, they must have.
Boundaries changed.
It's so much longer. They must have. There must
It
be
lags
like
or
edited
something,
material that
yeah.
they added, like for the DVD release or something.
I could watch them side by side and try to identify.
I mean, is the
what
recap
you
longer on one? I don't know. There's got to be an explanation.
That's what you need to do for your next video, man.
Pulling Picard's leg.
I mean,
They
it's over 2 hours long. Which
You need to do a comparison video of all the scenes that
No, it's
were
not.
cut out or
120 long.
added
All right.
between different versions of this
How
episode.
about you guys just all watch the Amazon version?
No.
You have it.
Yeah, no, kind of a
mean,
crazy person, Captain.
Talking to
What
yourself.
you yelling about?
Yeah, first day at work, Jean-Luc.
I mean,
Try to
even
keep-
if
Interesting though.
even if he's waiting for you, he would already know you're here. Your starship isn't subtle. The yelling isn't going to help.
Oh, if you have Prime, you could have just created a watch party, Ryan.
Good. Yeah.
I mean, it's welcome for other people who don't have Amazon. It's just the host is using Amazon.
That's a problem in itself.
The watch party, I know there's a user limit to watch parties. How many is it? Oh, up to 100 people. I think that's fine.
Hey.
Yeah, but then you'd be endorsing Jeff Bezos, and we don't have to do that.
Did you know
That's
that
like
with an Amazon
hardcore
Prime
for
subscription,
YouTube.
you get free 2-day delivery in the continental US? You get free music, you get free movies, you get free books.
Isn't he?
The 2-day delivery is worth it on its own.
Can I get a free girlfriend?
So what made you think it was
Girlfriends are
2-day?
generally free, yes. If you're paying someone, they're not your girlfriend.
I would argue that girlfriends are more expensive than the companions you pay for.
Ah, right. Yes.
There's a
Because
difference
you get
between paying
PowerPoint,
the
you can set
person
a
and
PowerPoint.
paying for things with the person.
Does anybody
But
know
you pay for a
anybody who was
girlfriend with more than
right
just
in this
money.
thing?
Must you be so linear, Robo?
What's that?
Must you be so linear?
That's an unhealthy way to
Linear.
view your relationships. As
What is
money
that
sinks.
emblem there on the banner?
I'm
It's an
quoting
e-
Q. Sorry.
Looks like an
That-
eagle on a planet.
This is post World War III Earth. So this is like the courts that they did to summarily execute people, but give it a pretense of
This
judicial
is
review.
the post-atomic horror.
Okay,
This
I
is
have
what
to
happens
ask.
to your DM rail.
I have to ask. Those carvings on the chair could not have been cheap props to make. They were probably used in some other show hands, weren't they? You could
It's
just
gotta be
throw
really
it out.
good, yeah.
It's a great chair.
The carvings had to have been reused.
Look at
I
that.
like how
Like a bed frame or something.
the
or
very
something
back
else.
of the platform that he's on is cut off by the camera, so you can't see the thing that's moving it around.
Yeah, he's on like the forklift extension thing.
Yeah. But he's so casual on it too.
Imagine paying Universal Studios $5 to ride on the Q judge chair.
How much extra do you have to pay to wear the outfit?
Another five.
With or without lipstick.
There's a company that makes robot arms called Kuka, I think it's Kuka or Kaku, and they have made rides out of them where it's just basically like 2 racing seats with like a restraint, and you sit in it and it just whips you around.
Well, yeah. Well, this.
So
I
it
mean,
would be
that's
exactly that, except
Well, that sort of hydraulics and whatever are used for amusement park rides all over the place.
it's they're electric stepper motors, and they have like steel cables inside, and ceramic drums that gives a really precise and fast movements.
This episode taught me to be a legal jerk because is it a Romulan plot? Is it a ploy to start a war? Counts as 2 questions.
And how often does that come up in your real life?
Just you have to listen very carefully to the exact question anyone is asking you.
Hey man, being an attorney, you gotta pick over those things.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys ever see the clip?
Put the robot arm
Eye
ride.
roll.
There's a clip from a
Putting the
convention
robot arm
where
ride in chat.
they sell Delancey has a cold and they sell the Q virus, which is the bottle of water he was drinking from, and someone buys it.
What?
Sorry, there's a convention clip where John Delancey has a cold, and he says, jokingly, who would pay $100 for the Q virus? He holds up his bottle of water that he's been drinking from, and someone buys it.
That's
Yeah.
gross.
Yeah.
Oh, they use the word
they
psychopath?
don't sell anything Trek related, is my point.
Data's witless exploration of humanity.
I believe Brent Spiner shared that that at a convention he met a fan who bragged about wearing an outfit Brent himself wore on set.
I feel like I
would
should
have been
point out that this is
disgusted.
just a TV show, and these are just people who are playing space magicians on a TV show. I don't think we need to buy their water bottles.
Right. And by the way, the show is trolling itself here because it just called Data a witless exploration of humanity, and Troy's psychobabble.
He's not wrong about Troy. I like Troy, okay, but
I mean, Data's
he's not
exploration was witless. Like, he's like the robot without the brain.
more like without a heart. He's the Tin Man.
Yes.
It is not for you to set the standards for which we should be judged.
And by the way,
Oh, I'm
That-
sorry.
like
Are we
this-
expecting them to
this-
set the standards to judge themselves? That doesn't seem like a conflict of interest at all. I
Right,
judged
and
myself and found that I was correct.
right. And I'm gonna speak in riddles and wonder why you don't understand. That's the best line from Q.
But Q, I thought you said you were God. We had a whole episode about, well, a scene in an episode about it.
Oh, he said I, there you go again. In the captions it said AYE, not the letter I, not the pronoun.
To be continued.
See y'all next week, I guess.
Why did they put it to be
That's why
continued in the
Netflix
middle
is
of the
off.
show?
Mine just continued.
Because that's not how it aired.
Now
This
I have
is
a
why
recap.
Netflix is off. Netflix is in a single part with no interruption.
I literally have a skip
So,
recap
right.
button, even though it's the same thing on Amazon.
Yeah. But we're not skipping, right?
Wow, Amazon is sloppy.
Ryan,
Okay.
I suggest that you do a
We're doing a manual
reorientation,
resync.
Yeah.
Okay.
After I'm gonna skip the recap. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now it wants me to play the intro again. If you have an intro sequence, skip the intro sequence.
Uh-oh.
We're doing this
No,
manual.
Space,
Where
the
are we
Final
currently?
Frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. We're skipping that.
We'll do it live.
Okay. We're now at a
It's-
point where
It-
just before they're in 10 forward, talking about Q. Not 10 forward, in the conference room.
The conference
Just
room.
before they're in the conference
Trivia.
room talking about Q.
Shouldn't we go to the title card, let's say?
Yeah, we're going to the title card.
Okay.
I'm on. Should I skip to Amazon Prime? Or
Yes.
Continue on Netflix.
It doesn't matter if you
I'm
skip
switching to
to the
Prime.
point. You can skip to Prime if you want. But we're going to the title card for part 2.
Okay. Give me just
Whatever
a second.
you're on.
I don't see your clock anymore, Ryan.
I had to get rid of
This was
because
a
it's now
2-hour
completely
episode.
pointless. It doesn't do anything anymore.
Oh, okay.
You know, I really trying. You could probably just turn on your webcam and run a stopwatch in front of it.
I'm going to actually unblur the screen here. And
Oh,
then you guys
damn.
can look at the exact point where I am.
Goodbye, Ryan's channel.
Okay, so I'm at a point on the version where it says All Good Things Part 2, that's faded in, and we have the ship center frame.
Some of us don't have the title card itself, but we have the ship, which is
Yeah.
fine.
How do
Yeah.
you not?
Yeah, title card comes up a little like a second later, so you can just
Yeah.
play it briefly.
Mine's taking forever to load.
It doesn't come up for my screen for the
Okay,
Netflix version at all, really.
Well, because the Netflix They're showing
Okay,
the way it
tell you what,
actually
I'm gonna
aired.
skip
Yeah,
forward a
Netflix.
few seconds just to the point where it's the exact scene transition.
Okay.
Okay,
So
we're
the-
now at the exact very start of the scene where they're in the conference room talking about Q after the title card.
And Jordy's in the center.
Awesome.
Jordy's in the center.
Yeah, if you have captions, it should say, "I don't believe him."
This has to be another one of Q's games.
I have captions on, but it's not showing the caption for me right now. Okay, is everybody here?
Yes.
I believe I am.
Yep.
Okay, everybody, press play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
Let's go.
All right, we've done it.
This is the last
Hopefully,
episode.
the sync is the same.
Did you re-blur your screen? Did you remember
Yes.
to do that?
Yeah, he did.
Now we
Okay.
don't have a timer because it's now worthless. Okay.
Rip.
Yeah, that's really weird that Amazon would do that.
I don't think the person was paid too much to like string the episode together.
And Colin Meaney as Chief O'Brien. There's the and.
Man, the background behind Riker is just a bad blue screen.
Yeah, the
Look, that's cutting edge special effects for you in 1994.
No, but they usually do it better
Oh, okay.
in this show.
Okay. I thought it was kind of cool because we never see it like that, or rarely.
Yeah, you can see
You
a
can
little
even
bit
see
of
the blue
colors.
It's really
change.
bad right there.
But anyway, Counselor Troy saying, "Oh, I don't think we can afford to start second guessing ourselves. Let's just continue as we would." They say that repeatedly. Oh, here's an outtake I did recently. Takes the captain
He just
seriously.
called Picard Q's pet.
They use that logic
Yeah.
multiple times. Where, oh, I don't think we should change anything about what we're
Yeah,
doing.
cause and
You have
effect, it
knowledge of
comes
the
up.
future.
Here's the lady at helm.
Ensign
Yeah.
Gates,
Thank you.
Yeah.
not Gates McFadden. Ensign Gates.
Daryl Gates.
The Bozeman. Oh, speaking of cause and effect, it's the Bozeman. The Bozeman is back.
Yeah.
I really hope they upgraded it. Give
And
it a
Concord
refit or
was
something.
an important battle during the Revolutionary War.
I don't think there was a starship in the Revolutionary War.
Hey, look, we're in the future.
Now, I don't know if this is good or bad old Klingon makeup, because all Klingons are Klingon makeup.
This is great old
Yeah.
Klingon makeup.
That's generic old Klingon hair.
Worf doesn't even brush his hair.
So I'm guessing
he
that in
doesn't
this
have Troy to
timeline,
brush it
Romulus
for
still
him.
exploded. And then instead of the Federation helping, Klingons just swooped in and conquered what was left when they were in disarray.
So Worf
The
is bitter
Romulans.
here, and he's bitter against Riker. And we started out the last episode where he's kissing Troy, or about to kiss Troy. So it implies there's a rivalry between Worf and Riker in the future.
Yeah,
Worf is
yeah, there
Worf is
is.
mad at Riker because no, Riker is mad at Worf because something happened to Troy. We don't know what.
She died.
Yeah,
Yeah, but we don't
We
know
don't know.
how.
yeah.
We don't know how.
Something. Riker blames Worf for it. That's all we know.
Mm-hmm.
Kiana.
Shouts in Klingon. Amazing captions.
I love how Worf just slouches over once he's defeated.
Only
It's a
Pike.
Klingon slouch.
Every time we see anything in the future, there's always some excuse why Worf has to be on the ship. He's on the council. Oh, he needs to be with you to cross the border. Oh, he was on the Defiant and we picked him up. Why is the...
This is the Excelsior Bridge, right? No,
I don't.
Let's see it again.
Maybe.
no, we don't.
This
see it.
may have been built for the finale. I don't
Yeah,
recognize it.
It might be a redress of the Enterprise A bridge.
God, look at that chair that Beverly's in. Why is it so wide?
Yeah, with
It's
those
true.
pillars in the background, it could be an A redress.
Especially like German's car seat.
And then it has a nice hole in the background for for a breeze. Air out your back if you're all sweaty.
That's
But does
what
it have
13.
flavor?
There's two options. Either Trent warp has become achievable in this timeline, or they have changed the scale again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's assuming
scale
just
again
a system
sounds
for the
about right.
writers to say, hey, we're going fast. But
I wonder if this is just because they didn't want to have Riker shave his beard. They left him on Farpoint Station.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah.
Somebody's got noise coming through.
The
That's
moment
not
when
noise.
Riker
That's not
shows
coming
up,
through Discord. That's just the show.
the moment when Riker shows up on the monitor is actually taken from the episode where they are fighting those robots on that weapons planet.
Oh, Arsenal of Freedom. I was like, what the heck are you talking about? I was thinking of like androids when you said robots.
That's why he's got
it's the flying drones. You can see
the night sky and trees behind him.
Yep, nice reuse shot there. There you are. There's Tomalak. How
Wow,
you
he
doing,
looks like
man?
a goblin. Yeah.
Buddy.
We missed you,
Hi,
Tommy.
Ambassador Tomahawk.
They use too much
Ambassador.
makeup on him.
Ambassador Tomalak. Tomalak is a Romulan captain. Still don't know why they're so spiky. Well, I guess I theorized before, that the spikes are to prevent people hugging them.
Yeah.
Maintain a respectful distance. And yeah, they did actually solve the salamander issue, Felon. Remember, the doctor cured them. They have the cure. You can go warp 10, immediately cured. You're fine. Oh, it's Tracy.
You know, the way Picard's jumping around reminds me a lot of how Worf was jumping around in Parallels.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Also,
They might
did you
have
know that
started
Tracy has a
writing
YouTube
just
channel?
one episode. Oh, does she? What does she do?
It's not great, but she has one. She has some videos of her like doing Snapchat filters on her face in a high-pitched voice. She has a video of some
That's
kind of
interesting.
premiere of something.
in the original captions, it's not mentioned. It's meant called a beverage maker as opposed to a replicator.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Intriguing.
I love Tomalak in this episode. I like it already.
They put too much
Everybody
makeup on
loves
him
Tomalak.
in HD, I'm realizing.
Particle scan, temporal enhancement, apparently, is what they're doing.
You have to heat milk 270 degrees or something, and then it's safe to drink.
How many? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You're speaking in weird units. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Vaporize it.
Speaking of adjusting the scale, yeah.
I was really confused for a second.
You have to heat it to superheat, yes.
Why are the
Literally
Klingons looking for a
superheated.
rogue Federation vessel if a Klingon governor gave them permission?
Because he said it's
Make it
easier to have
better.
it cloaked. You look like a bloody skunk.
A whole minute behind in Amazon cut stuff? Maybe.
Old Picard just yelled on screen for me. How far
I
behind
mean,
am I?
Amazon must be showing the version that from syndication.
Yeah, I saw that a while ago. I was really hoping that new sync would fix it and it was the same after the second part, but nope. Nope, still broken.
Which is the definitive version of All Good Things? Now I'm curious.
Probably the Netflix one is the one that actually aired originally, and this is the one that aired in syndication afterward.
Yeah.
That'd be the only reason to split it into two parts.
I want to say Amazon uses the home video version converted, and Netflix has a digital file.
Blu-ray. They use the
Let me see
Blu-ray.
what
later.
version
Okay,
my
yeah.
Blu-ray version is. Star
Yeah, but
Trek?
Amazon subtitles, I think, are
Yeah, the subtitles might be a separate thing, but as far as like the
Okay.
video, I mean, they may have even coded those themselves.
My-
but like the
My
it's hard to
Blu-ray
say.
version is the Netflix version.
Oh, that's even weirder. Wow.
That makes sense.
Well, I don't have the
Hey, don't-
Netflix version
the-
to test, but it's an
this
hour 32
split into
minutes.
2 episodes was just for syndication. So why would the home? Why would you want that version?
Maybe that's how Amazon got the rights to it. They got the TV syndication version of the show instead of the actual.
That seems
radio one.
possible.
Stranger things have happened with rights, with like
So,
copyright stuff.
it's like
Yeah,
watching
it's
the
a weird world.
76 theater version of Star Wars. You know, we have the edge. Picard is great here, and the acting, like in all three universes.
Yeah, Peace Stew, good episode.
Uh-oh, someone's in trouble.
Who's in trouble? What are you guys seeing?
Beverly is giving Picard a dressing down.
Nah, that's already done. Don't worry about that.
We're up to
Now,
200
now
million.
Picard and Data are just having a nice chat on the bridge.
Picard knows a lot about this tachyon pulse thing.
To scan beyond
He's
the subspace
metagaming.
barrier.
That's what he's doing. He's metagaming.
I don't care
That's
if you're
cheating,
my
Picard. You can't do
captain
that.
or my ex-husband.
Wow, he is versed in the intricacies of temporal theories. He's so smart.
This is the part of the episode that kind of bugs me, because once we find out what's going on here, it's like if Q had never done the 3 time periods thing, none of this would have happened.
Nope.
Yeah. Look, we got to see Data in a chair with 12 cats and a maid.
Also, Troy's suggestion of just go with it and do what you would normally do almost destroyed the universe.
Yep.
They could have just
It's
sat
okay.
still,
Q
waited, and
likes
everything would have been
Picard
fine.
and he gives him good. Q likes Picard and he gives him good advice to counter Troy's bad advice, so everything turns out okay.
I mean, the big question is, why is Q doing this, right? Like, why has he set this up?
You know, I was just thinking though, it's like we're like rats in a maze to him. So like, why do we put rats in mazes and octopus in mazes? And
It is heavily implied that the Q continuum expects humanity to evolve the same way that they do. So he's setting up this test as a landmark point.
Do we let them
And he
evolve,
accused
or
of
do we
hearing
just
it's older
wipe
to
them out
match
as
his age.
competition?
I mean, personally, I think it's because he knows that Picard is such an important figure for humanity, for the Federation, and he's setting this up to teach him a lesson so that he'll learn something. And
I don't
that
think Picard
moving
is
forward,
even an important figure. He's just important to the show.
no, he's very important to the
He is
Federation
particularly
because
fascinating with Picard for some reason.
in Q Who, because he basically does us a favor by introducing us to the Borg. So Picard is so important to human
He
history.
does us a
actually.
favor?
But it's
Yeah,
like,
because if we ran into the Borg like 30 years later with no warning, we would have been toast.
no preparation. Yeah.
like Colin Powell is pretty much the only military name that I know, but I wouldn't say he's important to the United States overall. He might be good at his job, but
Yeah, but Picard's also a diplomat.
Yeah, and by the way, Colin Powell won the Gulf War, like, so he actually is kind of.
but if
pretty important.
aliens were coming down and judging humanity, would they really use Colin Powell?
I mean, it doesn't have to be someone who's a household name even, but it's just someone who is sort of the spearhead in moving humanity forward to better horizons. And I think Q knows that by putting Picard through these trials, he may lead him to some conclusion that might hold a better fate for humanity. That's my theory. I'm sure there's 1,000 other ones, but I feel like that's what Q's role in all
That's
of this
fair.
is.
Yeah.
I mean,
In this
it's some
particular
piece with things
episode,
like
at least,
tapestry.
yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, for this
teaching
episode and maybe
Picard
in
lessons
his
is his
larger
thing.
Picard relationship, but like, yeah, that's not why he's messing with Janeway. That's a whole other thing.
What does he call Janeway? Does he call her Katie or something like that?
Kathy.
Kathy.
Klingon attack
And
cruisers.
his kid calls her Aunt Kathy.
Oh, that's
Well,
right.
not her kid. His
It's
kid, yeah.
I like the
Yeah,
Picard thing
please
though,
do.
because it's a good question. If you had an omniscient force kind of nudging you in the right direction here and there, would you still be able to do the right thing? Would you lash out against it? Would you make the wrong decision? You know, it's kind of interesting.
The Pasteur is just a weird
Yeah.
looking ship. I don't know how I feel about it.
You don't know how you feel
I
about
always liked
Gaul
it.
for a ship.
I always liked it, but then again, I always like a new starship bridge that we haven't seen before.
A star bridge.
Do you like the bridge or do you like the ship?
Well, the bridge, meaning the bridge
So
is
you
the
do
set that you
tangled
can walk
planet
on,
now?
and you can the ship you can only
Mhm.
see from the outside for the model. But the
Uh-huh.
bridge is signaturally unique to every ship, and that's the thing you can walk around, sit down, and then push buttons, interact with.
Yes.
Hey, look, they finally figured out non-stone technology to kill people.
Wow.
Consoles still explode though.
Well, of course.
What they explode with lightning now.
It's the
So
Enterprise.
advanced.
Do-do-do-do-do.
This moment
It's
was
another
unbelievable when I watched this
Enterprise.
air. It was just so badass to see the Enterprise come in and just lance through these Klingon ships.
Yeah, I
That was an
remember first-
interesting
first seeing
that was an interesting
It is,
camera
but-
angle too.
It is, but
guys
how
are
are you
way
a
ahead
whole
of
minute
me.
ahead? A whole
Oh,
minute.
Jesus.
They also invented flying upward.
I'll see if I can get the Klingons' attention. Instantly destroys it. That's not getting their attention. That's just
Wow.
murder. At least they actually fired for once. Every time we see the Enterprise D go into battle previously, they just sit there and take it. Let themselves get shot for a few minutes.
So based
that
on
the
that
entire
view
crew?
screen, I think that's the battle bridge.
I'm sorry, people on
Oh.
who are watching on Amazon have the crew been teleported to the Enterprise
They just
yet?
got
They just
they just
got
got
it.
beamed.
Just did.
All right, thank you. This is a pain in the ass.
That's just
I'm
the
not
way
a fan of the new
two-parters are.
jumpsuits. I'm not a fan of the jumpsuits.
I just noticed that Worf has a different sash. What's up with that? Is that an upgrade? What does that mean?
What?
Maybe it
sash.
signifies his status within the Empire.
I mean, he is a
Oh,
governor.
Worf's outfit. Kaboom! Maybe he won Mr. Quonos.
Warp 13? Maybe we should stop
you
using a
skip
warp
over-
scale where something is infinity, so we don't have to keep recalibrating it.
Maybe if you go over warp 10, you don't have to worry about environmental pollution. Maybe it somehow doesn't happen over warp 10.
The warp 10 thing is so silly.
Oh,
Best
isn't.
part.
I like the idea. I like the idea of a scale that converges to infinity. It's
I mean,
very
if people said warp infinity, it would have exactly the same meaning, but sound as silly as it is. Like,
I mean, it has less to do with
The whole
with the actual.
yeah.
It has less to do with the actual speed and more with the energy used by the warp core. I don't know.
Personally, I would have the warp
No,
scale
it's-
be
it's-
the warp factor is wait, hang on. What am I thinking of? Factors of speed of light. Like factors
But
of 2.
that wouldn't be enough because we know that even warp 6 and 7 is a lot of speeds of light, like thousands.
Yeah,
Well, if the
I would
speed-
say
if
like
your
warp
factor is X,
If I were designing a
Yeah,
warp
the
factor, I'd
logarithmic
have
scale makes
warp 1
sense.
BC, warp 2 is 2C, warp 3 is 4C, warp 4 is 8C.
yeah,
2 to the
it's
X
same
is
as light.
C.
Well, the
If you're-
old scale is that. The original series
If
is
you're-
that, but base 10.
And it's like it's a factor of 3.5 power instead of 2.
Well,
That's just
my
weird.
understanding has always been that whatever your
That's a
warp factor
powerful
is,
laser.
you're traveling that cubed times the
Powerful
speed of
laser.
light.
We're well past a laser. What laser are you talking about?
Yes.
What
Warp
phaser are you
nine.
talking about? There's no
Laser.
phasers here.
That's 1,000 years.
Laser, 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 laser.
The phaser was 2 minutes ago. What are you looking at?
Sorry, Rob. What'd you say about 1,000 light years?
Warp 9 in 1 year.
Mm-hmm. You
This
guys,
is
I went.
the ultimate question of asking yourself, "What if?" It's
I
kind of
went
like
to the-
Tapestry, except in reverse or whatever.
Oh wow, that was rude.
Oh my god, this is the
Just
best
sprayed him.
science image in all of television because
Plus the best delivery of the word goo.
nobody does primordial soup the way Q does here.
He tells it at some point. He was at a convention. He told the story of this scene, John Delancey, and he said there was a stagehand holding a bucket of whatever it was, and he puts his hand in it and he lifts it up and he's just dripping it on the stagehand's head as he's doing his lines.
That's just mean.
Classic Delancey.
No, whenever I think about the origin of life on our planet, it brings me back to this scene.
Yeah.
Same,
I don't think
yeah.
that it had ever really been done, except maybe in a documentary, in any movie or television before this. Come to
No.
think of it,
And they don't hang out and show you the moment that it happens like this. It's crazy.
If it had been, definitely not in a way that hit this many viewers, I'm sure. Because yeah, for me, this definitely made that kind of impact too. Totally.
But, okay,
Are
so
Brent
this
Spiner's
anti-time
nipples
anomaly.
exceptionally low there, or am I imagining things?
What?
is what?
Just look at his nipples
Ew.
poking through the jumpsuit. Look how low they are.
Okay,
Wow.
so the anti-time anomaly is supposed to destroy humanity, stop them existing. But I mean, it's filling an entire quadrant. Surely it's disrupting other species. Was
Yeah.
everyone else also judged to be not worthy?
They're beneath judgment.
No,
They're
we're the ones
inconsequential.
that made a united federation of planets across the galaxy built upon a utopian vision of technological and societal progress.
I don't see how that relates to what I said, but okay.
So that's why we're the best. We are not built upon our racial supremacy. We're built upon knowledge and exploration.
Now, I feel like I should just point out that you said that's why we're the best, because we're not built on supremacy.
Sure.
Well, the beginning of all wisdom is to realize that you don't actually know anything, right? That's the same thing.
I'm not
I'd
super
like to
wise.
point out. I'd like to point
We're
out that the
better because
Federation-
we don't think we're better. See how that works?
Yeah, nobody's better at modesty than us. It's great.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I'm
we
the best
spoke
at
I'd like to
modesty. My
point
uncle,
out-
a very smart man, he says that I'm the most modest person he ever met.
Sergeant, what would you like to point out?
Well, the Federation was started by members of 4 races, but Starfleet is like 99% human, and all the
Starfleet was
there-
the human. Starfleet was the human. Starfleet.
I think the ships are just
United Earth.
segregated.
Yeah, okay, but we know that the Federation does not do a lot of work with Andorian ships, Vulcan ships, any ships of any kind.
The
Tellarite
Federation
ships.
sends Starfleet because they're like, oh, it's the humans. Have the humans do it. They like doing stuff.
So
They're
my
literally- they're
timestamp
silly.
my timestamp on
Most of the
Amazon
Federation's
is currently 1 hour 10 minutes 54 seconds 55 seconds. In fact, let me just unblur
And
for a
what-
second and show you guys like a few seconds so you can see where I'm at.
And what's actually going on? Okay.
3 pulses from 3 different enterprises.
And also, mind you, scientific technological progress comes with its own set of problems. It's not like everything's miraculously solved once you
Yeah.
have a good level of consumer goods.
Every piece of technology that gets invented has consequences, good and bad.
Yeah. But you know, the reason Star Trek is great is it shows no matter how much we progress, we're still human.
Oh, and don't
Yeah.
worry about copyright strikes. I've done some experimenting on this. I can show exactly 30 seconds of footage. If I go 30 seconds in 1 frame, it's claimed. 30 seconds in 0 frames is fine.
Wow.
Mm.
Yeah, but that's just claimed as in they take any revenue, right? They're not striking.
Yeah, they're not striking the channel. Just revenue. And I don't make revenue off
you
these
have
anyway,
any
so who
revenue?
cares? Streams do not make revenue. My streams don't.
Ryan, I'm sure you've mentioned this, but what series are you watching after TNG ends here?
We'll talk about that in about 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Okay, sorry, didn't mean to step on toes there.
But basically, we're going to do a poll.
I went to the future and I saw that after the Voyager and the watch along, none of us are friends anymore. So I just really want to emphasize that we should stay together and keep the camaraderie.
Wait, are we friends now?
Yeah,
Yeah, we
I
are.
know.
But
that
I'm
was
saying after
making a
Voyager,
big assumption there. A review.
we're watch along buddies.
Wait, are there 23 minutes left in Netflix? I only have 16 minutes left.
18.
Yeah, 22
Netflix has
minutes
16
left.
and a half minutes.
You're still assuming a lot. You
16
don't
and a
know
half,
why
yeah.
why some of us are here. Maybe Ryan has threatened the lives of our family, and we're just here because we have to be.
So I switched over to Amazon just to sync up with Ryan, and I have noticed that in this split version for syndication, it's been edited down. Like there's stuff missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Sequences in space,
Well,
especially.
because they have a minute 40-second title sequence and a recap to make up for.
In less
I'd just
runtime.
like to point out that I'm the original Ryan, and Ryan is actually a clone android.
Look, I love this line because it's like, no, Will, we can't. We have to save humanity.
Do we have to? Why is it always us? Can't we get someone else to do it? Why don't we go have the Lexington save humanity for once?
Ask Data to back you up. Come on. He's right there.
He's like losing his ability to speak, which makes it more.
This is basically how I feel when I'm trying to make a point about the show on stream. In the future.
This is. No,
Wait,
thank
but Jody's-
goodness.
Jody's look is priceless. Like,
Yeah, that thing. Yeah.
That's the word. I know English. Sorry, Federation Standard.
I'm trying to imagine this scene in the universe where they decided to go with French accent Captain Picard.
The guy in the background glanced at the camera.
The chicken
Stop
in the
flicking
egg.
the camera.
Not getting your SAG card that way, buddy.
What are you talking about, Data?
Yeah.
The heck is anti-time?
It's the opposite of time. Or do you reverse time?
Is there
you know.
anti-space?
Antimatter.
Not everything
Well,
has an
there's
anti.
Well, there's antimatter. There's dark matter. There's the mirror universe.
I guess in Star
Dark
Trek
matter
there
is
could be
stupid
anti-time
anyway.
because there's tachyons in Star Trek, and tachyons aren't a real thing.
Dark matter is stupid. Prove me wrong.
Like
Well,
actually scientifically,
You're
or
wrong
the way
because
Star
it
Trek does it.
exists.
No, I think that scientifically it is philosophically a non-sound concept. It's theory saving.
It is. It's also not. This case for it isn't as solid as people make it out to be.
Oh.
So does everyone have about 14 minutes left?
I have 13
I'm
minutes,
on
15
Amazon
seconds.
Prime.
18 minutes.
13, 10, yeah.
This is bad.
We
I wonder
could
if
start
Netflix and
over.
Amazon have different endings.
Maybe the Netflix version includes the intake version. Where it was like
I
7
wish.
different bloopers in one video.
They're stealing your content.
Is it really stealing my
Interesting
content if I'm
thing here.
stealing CBS's content?
You remember
Technically, stealing
when,
That's my
CBS's
lawyer.
content is holy work.
you remember when Disney completely decanonized the Star Wars expanded universe in 2014?
Yes.
It wasn't canon in the
episodes.
first place.
there were
that's a
5
debate
different
for another
levels
time,
of Star.
guys.
There were
Yes,
5
that is
different
the
levels
case.
of. There were 5 different levels of Star Wars canon before that.
That is
And
the case, but George Lucas did specifically say that it's not his Star Trek.
If Captain
that's good
Picard
because it's
is
not his Star Trek anyway.
Captain
It's Star
Picard
Wars.
was
Hey
saying
guys,
it's
I'm going to say something. I'm
Okay.
going to say something that is going to give you a huge sense of relief, or will make you extremely angry.
I bet
Canon
I'll be angry.
does not exist. This is all fiction.
Oh well, okay. That does make me feel better in the sense that I
Matthew, Mark,
remember
Luke, and John.
That's what the word canon means. It's
I remember after episode 2 came out, and I was still dissatisfied with a bunch of stuff. I said, "Canon, Star Wars canon is whatever I decide it is now." But anyway, my relation in bringing that up to this is because at the end of this episode, they decanonized the future in this episode.
Yeah, they do.
no. I mean,
They
also
do.
in Generations, they
Also, like
No.
Picard. I mean, Picard and her are not married. You know, and we don't think in Picard.
I hope they at least were. I want to find that out.
I mean, I know I haven't been on the voice chat for a while, guys, and I apologize for that, but isn't the answer to all this stuff what we always say, which is just don't worry about it?
don't worry about
Yeah.
it.
Don't worry about it.
Hakuna Matata, my man.
Although, I think anyway. Robo, I'm not watching your stream anymore.
Huh?
What?
Never mind. He said we're not friends. But I like how Riker called Worf along and said, "Let's go, Worf." You know, like repairing the friendship that was breached.
But he didn't do it in a
You're
an
assuming.
emotional way.
Okay.
He just
I
said
neither
we could use
confirm nor
somebody
deny.
tactical.
Yeah, no, that
I like
happened
Didn't
a while
actually
ago.
say we're sorry or whatever.
That was several
In-
scenes ago.
In episode 1, even the men were wearing those mini skirt cheerleader uniforms. I was like,
Yeah,
that's
for-
cool. That's a good
They're the
future.
dress uniforms.
For
yeah.
YouTube people, let me unblur the screen again for a sec. Give it a second to catch up. There we are. So if you're on YouTube, this is what I'm seeing right now. If you need to resync.
You should just have the
That's a
Netflix
few
version,
seconds
Ryan.
behind, though. Anyway,
Yeah, Discord people don't use it
Okay,
because there's a
almost
delay.
there.
YouTube people, that'll be fine.
That's classist. Discord people, YouTube people.
Okay.
it's not classes. It's just a method
anyone
of
can jo-
communication.
Anyone can
It's not
join the
classist.
Discord.
We're just better than the YouTube people. That's all. I don't see what the problem is.
Shell.
We have more direct access to Ryan, so yes, eat your hearts out.
See, we don't think
mean,
we're better,
not
which is
for
what makes us
long.
better.
Not for long. When I assassinate him and take
Statical
over the
wall
channel,
Whoa.
Why, you're gonna fly to the other side of the planet? You're in Israel, man. How are you gonna get here?
I can swim.
Swim across the Atlantic
Oh, I didn't know you
at
were
this
Israeli.
time of night.
Oh
I
wow!
didn't- I never-
Drake got his
For
eyes
you.
back.
Yeah, I didn't realize, but Crusher mentions it when he was in sickbay that like the when Alyssa lost her baby, it's the same reason why Jordy got his eyes back. It's
Yeah,
because
but
it's making it.
I didn't think that they became fully functional within that episode.
Yeah, I didn't remember
His
that either.
special eyes.
Look,
Initiate
their
the
special
warp
eyes.
shell.
oh,
Oh,
here's
here
the
comes
intake
the
start.
data intake.
Where I probably should have left it for the actual last intake, where it's just like 7 of them together in one. But whatever, it's fine.
Oh, that explains why there were 3 Enterprises, because the Pasteur was destroyed, and then Admiral Riker takes the Enterprise back.
Oh right, that's right. I forgot.
Sorry, that's why we watched the episode.
The guy in the background of the Enterprise, of the future Enterprise, that kind of looks like Picard's fake son from a
It
couple
doesn't-
episodes ago.
It doesn't explain the tachyon pulse, though, your review.
Well, the
It doesn't
tachyon
explain
pulse.
why it
Warp
is.
shell.
what
was
explains the tachyon
recontinued.
pulse is that they were all created by Data, and presumably Data used the same modulation and the same settings for all of them.
Okay, which
Then-
funny data is this one?
Oh no.
That's a perfect explanation. Thank you.
Antimatic
Ryan.
continuity.
This is why he runs the show, Robo.
I disagree.
It's because he can kick people out anytime he wants.
Oh, Data didn't scream. Why didn't Data yell?
That was the wrong Enterprise.
Yeah, IE is the future Enterprise.
No, not the
Punch him in
IE.
the nose right
On
now.
the-
This is
on
your
that
last
Enterprise,
chance.
he goes,
Punch him in
"Ah!"
the nose.
Great line.
What? Ah?
Goodbye, Jean-Luc. I'm gonna miss you.
Jean-Luc
You had
is
such
Okay,
a
now we
potential.
get another yell.
Hmm.
Yeah, that shot
Oh,
of
he said the name of the episode. Oh my god, he said the name of the episode.
yes, title drop.
Yes.
Instead of Data getting into IE, we just had Q and Picard look at the view screen. What's the fun in that?
Neat camera angle there.
Yeah, the intake is so much better.
Really lets us get a load of Picard's ball shine.
His what?
I thought you said something else. I was like, what? His bald shine.
Oh,
Not what you heard. Yeah, I heard what you heard.
I mean, I was looking at the veins in his scalp.
Hmm.
Not his
His
fish,
scalp.
but he is worried about his dog in the
I
future.
am worried about his
Number
fish,
one.
Livingston.
Oh,
I'm
fish.
concerned
Oh,
about
that fish.
Winston.
Okay.
How is
I
Winston?
forgot that really is a fish.
I mean, we never
Alright,
see
we-
Picard feeding it, so it doesn't really exist. It's probably
I assume-
holographic.
I assume it's automatically fed by the ship.
In Christ, I
Well,
have
then
an auto
why do-
feeder in
Then why does Data feed his cat manually?
I don't know, because he's trying to train.
He's
Why
trying to
do
learn how
they-
to be human.
Why does Q's arm things, the little statues on his chair, why do they look like bearded Thanos? And why does Livingston live in such a small cage? I assume that Livingston's aquarium actually feeds into cetacean ops, and he just chooses to hang out in Picard's thing. Livingston is actually Ensign Livingston.
He seems to have less makeup, now less lipstick. He had it much thicker before.
Yeah, true.
Someone mentioned in Discord that he talks about his lips changing color on Gates McFadden's podcast. I'm very curious about the explanation there.
For his lips.
Yeah. I never noticed his purple lips before.
You never. I noticed that every time.
Isn't there a guy in one of the Marvel movies who has like different colored lips? One of the Guardians movies? I'm trying to remember.
Sure.
Well, you're allowed to wear purple lipstick to work now.
God.
So he's kind of killing
Jesus
the mood
Q.
here.
Here he comes, Jesus Q.
Jesus Q.
I've still got 9 minutes on the Netflix version.
I have 4 minutes.
9
Less than-
minutes.
Captain's log
Dang.
supplemental. Starfleet Command
Yeah,
reports no
that-
unusual activity in the Devron system.
That
That's
bathrobe,
anonymity on the Netflix version.
that bathrobe just like upends the whole tone of the character. Though we never see him walking around the ship
Focusing.
barefoot in bathrobe.
If you think about it in this continuity, Troy and Worf actually get to complete their date properly.
Yes.
I mean, it was a bit of a buzzkill, the captain walking up to him and demanding the date. As in, the time, not to join their date.
I demand to be part of this date. I'm the captain.
Here we are.
Intercourse for intercourse.
Here we are. Data decanonizes this actual episode.
And we know the future is different because none of this happens in Star Trek Picard.
Yeah. I mean,
Right.
well, the D
For one thing,
blows
Data's
up,
dead.
soon.
Right.
Yeah.
We're getting
What?
feed through.
Sorry, I'm eating ice cream.
It's me. I keep forgetting to mute when I unmute my microphone. I'm sorry.
Son of a.
Oh.
You know, this is so sentimental.
The last time Picard walked in on a poker game, it was his weird alien duplicate that was like just watching from the corner and cheering for people.
Oh, that's right.
That was Allegiance.
What a beautiful series finale, though.
Yeah, so he's
Yeah,
never walked
this is
in
really
on a poker
nice.
Those are
game,
good.
in other words.
Yeah.
I just remember watching this for the first time, and like you've spent so much time with these people. This just is such a meaningful moment.
Yeah, it's true.
And the actual ending where he deals himself in, that's beautiful.
The sky's the limit.
Oh, I never realized that. But Richard Nixon played poker in the Navy, and he played well enough that he was able to fund his first congressional campaign with his winnings.
Is this last shot of everyone looking around at each other? Is that what we're gonna do when we reach the end of the watch-alongs?
Yeah.
No, but we're just gonna start over. Come on.
Oh, okay.
We're here
I don't want
forever,
anybody looking
Ryan.
at me. Nobody's looking at me. Come on.
But there was a chair ready for the captain.
He was always welcome.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Ooh. Nebula.
So good.
That's it.
finally
We've done
over.
it.
Okay,
It took
okay,
a year and a
no,
month.
we haven't, because I was ahead. I was 3 seconds ahead, and my episode didn't end. There was actually a piece of the poker game cut out in your version. Now the sky's the limit. Fuck you, Amazon.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
The syndicated version's bullshit. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I would fist
the
fight
episode's still not
Jeff
over.
Bezos.
Wait, the episode is still not over. Everyone shut up. Still not over. Enterprise zooming, star in the distance. Okay, now it's over. Clap.
Still got 6 minutes on the Netflix version.
Well,
Come on, I'm
close
already
it.
on
It's
to my
done.
next suggested at this point. So
Okay.
On
Seriously.
on Amazon,
it's
not on Amazon.
Absolutely
The-
cut down on Amazon.
I know.
Yeah,
I know. I get it. Jesus.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
He's very
Well,
angry.
You can come back tomorrow
I
and
am
watch it all
angry.
over again, or whatever.
I mean,
Okay.
look, if you were watching it on TV, that's all you got, okay? So you
Hang
got
on,
an
he-
authentic experience.
People don't
if
go
you're
away yet.
watching
We
it
need to
on
do a
Watch it
poll.
on when it aired, you got the Netflix version.
let Ryan
Yeah.
talk. Let Ryan talk.
We need to do some. We have some orders of business to take care of. First off, is Generations is next. Star Trek Generations is going to be next week. That is not on Amazon, so I'm going to put some links. There's one in the YouTube chat, and there's one in Discord general. Just places that you can stream it, or if you have like a DVD or something, that's fine too. It's much less freely available than the show. You can also change. Right now, it's set to the United States. You can change streaming into whatever country you're in. So yeah, that's next
I
week.
think I'll watch with my DVD.
Okay, and hopefully they're all the same.
Oh, so now
They
there's a
should be.
retrospective on Netflix at the end of
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, I wanted to bring that up as well.
I don't have that on Amazon.
Do you have it? Do you have
Amazon
Netflix?
sucks.
I don't have Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Man, the Amazon version just sucks.
Yeah.
Well, it's what we got. It's what
Okay.
happened.
You don't have Netflix.
It was a great
Where's the
$7
dollar a month
seasons.
going?
Thank you guys being friends or not.
Okay,
friends.
so next week Encounter at
Enemies.
Farpoint, right?
No. Next week is Generations,
I
man. We
know.
just went over this.
I know. I'm kidding.
Next week is Encounter in the Nexus.
And then let's
Yeah.
see what DS9 is tomorrow. We just had Worf and Ezri get captured by the Breen.
Okay,
So we're doing-
there's another order of business that we should probably bring up, that we shouldn't delay until the last possible moment. Next Star Trek show to watch along.
I was getting to
It's
that.
better to decide sooner than later.
I was getting to that, but I'm doing DS9 first. Hang on. DS9 tomorrow is going to be Till Death Do Us Part. Strange Bedfellows and the Changing Face of Evil. That's all you need to know. There we go. Now, the next series. The next series. There are a few options. We're definitely going to watch Voyager and either Enterprise or TOS. Enterprise
Is
or Voyager
DS9 close to being over for you guys?
DS9 is very close to being over.
Yeah, we're in the 9-part finale already.
Is Voyager replacing Next Generation or DS9?
It doesn't really matter. They should probably end
I
about the
think
same
we're gonna
time
finish
anyway.
DS9 first.
It matters schedule-wise.
Hang on, let me see.
Because I want to be watching Voyager.
Oh my gosh.
Now you were
What
too
was
close
that?
to your mic there, and I have no idea what you said.
Never mind then.
Let me look up how many episodes of Voyager there are.
Hey, look,
I think it's
kitties.
Roughly the same as Next Generation, like 170 something.
7 seasons.
172.
Jesus.
Enterprise is
How did it last
98.
that long?
Oh my god, I've wasted my life.
And then
Oh, Enterprise plus TOS literally equals one of the series, almost exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing. Okay, so Enterprise TOS is 177 and Voyager is 172. So whichever series we finish
Wow.
first will be replaced by TOS and Enterprise. And whichever series we finish second will be replaced by Voyager. So we can
Which
try
we
to
should finish.
this-
We
Okay.
should finish Deep Space Nine first,
Yeah.
because we've got 4
Wait.
movies to go through.
Okay, which comes first, original series or Enterprise?
That's
Well,
what we're
we
going to
haven't
do a poll
decided.
of right now. I'm going to put a
Oh,
poll
don't
in
forget-
YouTube.
And don't forget the animated series.
Oh yeah.
I don't think that's streaming
Now,
anywhere.
we are definitely going to watch Enterprise and TOS. It's just a question of which we're watching first, back to back. So that's in the YouTube poll now. Which first, Enterprise or
YouTube poll.
TOS?
Wait. Why am
I don't see.
I'm
poll.
not seeing anything.
Well, give it a
Oh,
second.
there
It
it
takes-
is.
Maybe
There it
it
is.
could be member only.
You should run like a
Oh,
poll
okay.
that lasts throughout the rest of TNG for this in like straw poll and just put it in the Discord
Wait.
and put it in the chat every now and then.
There you are.
deal.
Now to put my vote in.
Now, Ryan, is the poll going to decide, or is the poll just a suggestion and then you ultimately decide? Because that's what I thought it was.
I do suggest Enterprise first because it's the same time periods in creation. It's the same section of Star Trek. And then we
Ryan,
go
when
to
you
It's- it's
when you have a
timeline order.
second.
Okay, I'll try to get the cats.
Well, Elizabeth is asking for the cats, and you don't want to let her down.
Also, there's the matter of Geordie Jeopardy today.
Yes.
Jeopardy.
What audio just started playing for me? What just happened?
I don't hear anything.
Oh, it started playing the trailer for Generations on the stream thing.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I need to get rid of that. Then I have to do a display capture of my... No, I don't need a full display capture. I can do... Okay. Okay. Hang on. I can make this work.
Man, people
We
don't
have
like
faith in you.
Enterprise, do they? We have faith in the heart.
And see where that got us.
I've got to believe in the house.
Okay, there's the
I like
display
that
capture.
opening. I still haven't finished Enterprise myself. I'm forcing myself through some of the season 4 episodes.
I love the final season of Enterprise because it
Yeah.
gets so much Jeffrey Combs as Shran. It's great.
It has
Yeah.
good parts. It has high highs, but really
Cats.
low lows.
Yeah, yeah.
Ta-da!
And the last episode is abysmal.
I'm
Okay,
actually
so-
not gonna watch it.
The YouTube poll wasn't
Okay.
definitive. It was fairly close for the low amount of votes. So I'm going to go ahead and do, the thing where we just have a straw poll and we just post it periodically. And
Can you
harvest a
pet the
bunch of
other
votes.
cat, please?
Sure, I'll pet
The
the cat.
fluffy one on the chair.
Sure,
Kitty.
get your
There
face
we
out of here. No
go.
faces on stream.
That's a cute cat.
Kitty.
He's now Porgy.
So I know it's a week away, but you very helpfully listed what was it, the Just Watch link to watch Generations. You can watch it for free on Pluto TV, but there's ads, and I think it's
Which
on
means you're
YouTube
gonna get
too
out of
with
sync.
ads. Yeah, so you're gonna
Yeah.
throw out a sync. So if you can adjust for that and you want to watch it for free that way, go for it. But I'm just gonna rent it for $4 because I don't have it on Blu-ray or anything.
Or there
I
are
think I
ways
have
to
all of the
acquire
film
TV shows and
CDs.
movies that I
Yeah.
can't link to, but there are ways and means.
What?
I think I have every film.
Feel free to message me on
Have it.
Discord for assistance.
I don't absolutely have a Plex server full of all of that.
Okay, good. I'm glad you don't have a Plex server full of all the downloaded movies.
Well, if you own a copy of them, it's fine anyway.
I don't think that's how that works. I think that they still hate you for it.
Well, if you own a copy of it, it is. Most people would
Why does
consider it
that-
fine for you to have it to watch on it in other things. As you're still giving them
Yeah.
the money in the first
She's
place.
staring at herself.
but that cat looks like it's smiling constantly.
Does
She's
it?
looking
The
at
cat looks
herself on
angry
the
to
TV
me.
right now.
The cat is clearly posing. Yeah.
Okay, the stream's over.
An internet
Periodically,
famous cat.
I'll put polls in the chat for. I guess I can. Well, not really, because my setup is all wonky now, with the cat.
Wonky. Wonky.
Wonky.
Well,
So
For
yes,
those
next
in
week is
Discord,
Generations. We're done
the-
here.
Okay, for those in Discord, stand by for Geordie Jeopardy.
Double Jeopardy.
Jeopardy.
Happy New Year to all the Jewish watchers in the audience.
What?
Jewish
It's
New Year, man.
Jewish New Year this week.
We're done. Go away.